Man, I had to be less active in the Discord so when I got my show booked because all I wanted to do was talk about it. And I was like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say anything, so I'm just gonna say nothing because that's safer.
Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for spending your time with us this week. Welcome to episode 220 of Guardian Downcast, a Destiny podcast. Hey, if you love to play the game Destiny 2, you've come to the right place. We're a couple of gamer dads that have played Destiny since that day one beta in 2014, and we're just as passionate about it today as we were back then. We discuss key topics and news within the gaming community so you can be in the loop. And we're a podcast that seeks the stories of the Destiny community as a whole, wherever that origin may be. We're the show that asks, do you think weapon crafting has killed the game? I'm your host, Todd, the Gator, and my co-host Hazel is here as well. How you been, man?
Oh, man. I finally got the sickness bug.
I see that, or I can hear that.
Yeah, it's weird. My wife and kid, they're fine. They haven't been sick in like a week, so I don't know where the hell I got this.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's the damnedest thing, though. But it was great to see them avoiding me. I was like, you guys have learned. So.
Oh my
yeah.
God. What do you mean?
Yeah.
They probably want to give it to you. Probably ran through their system. Now it's your turn.
I don't know, but this is a week later, though. I don't know. It's crazy, though.
It's hard to say.
But, yeah. Besides that, just resting and doing all that kind of thing. So. Yeah. Not much else on my plate this week.
I gotta give you kudos, man. You actually raided with me when you were sick. I was impressed, man. You did pretty good. We'll talk about that.
Yeah. But I had some tea with me, so that way I could go ahead and make sure I could at least, say my thoughts.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it's been a busy week, man. I met up with Mr. RNG Gator last night, in fact, over at Disney Springs. We went to our favorite little burger joint over there called Burger Deluxe. Or Deluxe Burger. And, yeah, it was a good time. Met his family. Really nice family. Really nice to meet everybody there. And, yeah, it's been a busy week in Destiny as well. Well, like I said, we'll get into that. But hey, Hazel, tonight we got another brand new guest of the show. He's been a pretty active member in our community and, hails from the land of Canada. I wonder how many Canadians cringe when I say that. Anyway, so we're looking forward to hearing more about him tonight. So please welcome Smiter. How you doing, man?
When you're wondering how many Canadians cringed when you said that, at least one. At least one.
The one present?
Yep.
I got you.
Yep. You got a cringe out of me for that one. I'm doing well. Been busy at work, but I'm always making time for myself.
Good deal, man. We're looking forward to hearing your story tonight, man. So, as usual, ton to cover, and we're going to try to squeeze it into 3 hours, hopefully. First, we're going to get to know Smiter and hear his Destiny journey. Then we're going to give him a crack at our fast fire question and answer segment we call, oh yeah, it's a speed run. Hazel's going to go over the 7th week of This Week in Destiny for Season of the Witch. And then we'll be answering more of your questions for the show via our voicemail system, which, by the way, if you want to leave us a voicemail, SpeakPipe, whatever you want to call it for our show, it's speakpipe.com/Guardian Downcast. It's super simple. Go there, hit the record button, listen back to it, and if you like it, hit send. Boom, you're done. That's how Uncle Scumdeth sends his Uncle Scumdeth's corners every week. So if he can do it, you can do it. So anyway, I wanted to also encourage everyone to check out our brand new website. It's guardiandowncast.com. I know we've always had that web domain, but we got a brand new site now, and it's like a full service place. You go there, you can look at previous video shorts that I've released. There's all kinds of buttons for anything you want to check out of our show. You can search for a show depending on the guest. It'll pull it right up. I mean, it's the coolest thing. And you can even record your voicemails there if you want. You can rate and review our show right from there. I'm really enjoying this new site. It's really cool. And I've seen a lot of people, we've had some people rate and review our show, in fact. So keep that up. Thank you for that. We just like to hear from you, if anything. But also tonight, we're going to be answering more of your Discord community questions to the show. We have a few from Mr. Smiter here as well. We're going to play our remaining question of the month answers, and we're going to have our drawings tonight. And finally, Uncle Scumdeth has, of course, something to say with his Scumdeth Corner. All right, guys, let's roll. Hey, thanks for listening to Guardian Downcast. You can find us on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast.
Or you can find us on our Instagram at Guardian_Down_cast and see what picks our weekly guests want to share with you. Or, you know what? Just visit our website at guardiandowncast.com for all of our contact information and where else you can find us to play any past episodes you like in any order you like, right from your browser.
Man, don't or me. Hey, Guardians, while you're at it, follow our Guardian Downcast show playlist. We have it on Spotify and Apple Music. We post these links in our show description every week. So, check us out. And later, Guardian.
Toddles.
Oh, come on, man. Not the Toddles again.
What's wrong with the Toddles?
Nothing, I guess.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you can always edit it out.
Yeah, I'll edit it. Okay.
Mr. Smiter.
Hello.
Hey. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm very happy to be here tonight.
Oh, you're making me blush over here. Oh, man. So, you're from the land of Canada.
I am, in fact.
Nailed it.
To the rest of the world, it's Canada.
Yeah, most people who are not geographically challenged.
I know exactly where Canada is. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's America's hat. Come on. Yeah. Okay. So what do you do in the land of like ice and snow and blazing summers? That's all I know about Canada.
Is winter coming?
Well, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping winter's coming sooner than later. I'm a big hockey player, so as soon as it gets cold, I'm happy. Work-wise, though, what I do is on fabrication. I do a lot of metal work and designing frames in mass for large companies. I'm not allowed to disclose which companies buy our frames, unfortunately.
Okay.
But if you go to a grocery store, there's a good chance you'll see something that I made. What these frames do is they hold the fabric inside them, and it's just advertisement for the most part.
Oh, cool.
Okay. All right.
Very nice.
So you do like the welding portion of it, or do you do the actual shaping of the metal?
I do the shaping of the metal, the cutting of the metal, filing, and we have light boxes that we do. So I do all the electrical and lighting within them.
Wow. Very nice, man. Sweet.
That's cool. Yeah, we have a lot of people, I think, I'm going to have to look it up real quick. Somebody, I think Prince Resnez, is going for fabrication, I believe. He shared that, I think, in the Life channel, that he got a school, like an internship, I think.
Yeah. Was it Texas? I think it was University of Texas, maybe? I'll get that wrong. Never mind. Just ignore me. He got accepted to a college in that field. So
you said hockey.
Oh. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Gator, he's a big sports fan, in case you can't tell. So, so when you said hockey, my ears perked up a lot because I gotta know. So you said you play hockey.
I've been playing hockey since I was 4, skating since I was 2.
Wow, that's so awesome.
Yeah, I can skate a lot better than I can walk. I'm very discoordinated in shoes, very coordinated in skates.
That's awesome. What position do you play?
I was a defenseman for 14 years, and then I decided to drop down a few levels, and then I switched to forward. And then this year, I'm still deciding where I want to play.
Okay, that is so awesome.
Now, are you at a college level yet, or are you thinking about what college?
So I dropped out of college. Actually, my college did not offer a hockey program.
Oh, okay.
And I decided college wasn't for me. But I don't know how the hockey levels work in the U.S., but I have been offered junior level contracts, which I unfortunately at the time had to turn down for school. So this year I'm playing U21, which should be just some casual hockey. And next year I'll be playing junior.
Okay. That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Who's your favorite team?
The Chicago Blackhawks, which is really rough right now. They've had a tough few seasons, but hopefully things will start looking better soon.
Somewhere chubby wizard is smiling right now.
Yep. I followed hockey like way back in the day when the Detroit Red Wings were good, and they were
that was a while
with
ago.
everybody.
I don't think I was born when they were good.
Wow.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Well, that's not too bad. I think, with that being said, I also think I'm one of the youngest people to be on this show.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I think I am.
Jealous
I'm
Gaming
19.
was our youngest. Actually, no. It was,
It
Hazel.
was.
Crusher. Skull Crusher. Skull Crusher was our youngest. Yeah. He's still in there. I haven't heard from
16?
him in a while. He was 15.
15. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I retract my previous statements. Okay.
No, you're good though. You're good.
No,
so
dude,
hey, you know,
I haven't talked to anyone in here that's younger than me yet.
yeah, that's the thing with this game is it brings a lot of different people.
it does.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I played hockey. Never. I was swinging a baseball bat. Sorry.
I also, funny enough, I also played baseball.
Nice.
I used to play high level competitive baseball.
Really?
Unfortunately, I had one bad coach that ruined the game for me.
It can be that way. My high school coach was a total dick, man. It totally took the spirit out of me when it came to playing.
Yeah, the year I quit baseball, I think it was like 16 different teams emailing my dad trying to get me to go play for them. But I kept telling him, I was like, I don't want to play.
Well, at that age, do you want to be a poor athlete or do you want to go get a job and start bringing some money in and start buying a car and stuff? Those are things you kind of think about at that age. So
yeah,
I decided I didn't want to be a poor athlete. So some of my buddies stuck it out, went to Florida and played in the outfield, started for the team. I mean, but never, it didn't pan out for him either, but hey, at least he got the experience. He played on Florida field, man. But
yeah, that's really cool.
That's really cool though. I never knew you played hockey. That's pretty neat. Well, that goes one of my speedrun questions. All right. Well, hey, let me ask you, what was your earliest point where you were playing video games, man? What was your first video game?
So the first game my very first gaming memory ever was with my dad playing NHL 07. And every chance I got, I would just make us fight, and we would spend like an hour trying to get through a game because I kept trying to fight every chance we got.
So it was a boxing game, in other words. Okay.
For me, yes. For him, I believe he got annoyed. But I think I was 3 years old. So,
come on.
that's awesome though.
After that, I got very big into Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, and then from there it just kept growing and growing until I'm got here today.
I'm just smiling because I'm thinking of NHL 95. That was, yeah.
Jeez, it's pixels back then.
Hey, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Wraparound goals and stuff like that.
Those are still good. Those are still good in today's game.
95, jeez. Yeah, I was probably playing Madden back then. Probably Madden. It was fun.
Well, anyway, Smiter, how are you? What are you up to in Destiny right now? How are you enjoying it? All that good stuff.
Well, wait a minute. How did you find it first? I want to know. How'd you find Destiny, man?
So my best friend has been playing Destiny since the day one beta, like yourselves. Mm-hmm. And he was always playing it. I never even knew about the game. Never paid attention to it. Never even knew of never even knew of its existence until recently. And in late May, I was just getting over mono, so I was really sick. Couldn't work. Couldn't do anything. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this game my friend plays. So I booted it up, and I've been playing since. So I'm still pretty new to the game compared to a lot of people here, but
are you
loving
That's
it.
pretty cool.
Are you a Taken Todd, or did you play any Destiny 1? Or
I didn't even get Destiny 1 until I had already banked 200, 300 hours in Destiny 2.
Okay. You went back and played it, though. That's cool.
Yeah, went back and I hop in a little bit during the DDoS attacks when I couldn't play in Destiny 2. The Destiny 1 servers were still good, so I just went and played some Taken King.
Crazy. That's crazy.
I actually had a great conversation with Rodimus about Destiny 1 during the DDoS attacks. Oh, yeah, I know. I had a great conversation
Does he know
with them.
that exists?
I didn't know. I was just going to say that. You had wait a minute, hold on. You had a good conversation with Rodimus?
I had a very good conversation with Rodimus about Destiny 1. And I completely understand what he means when he says they're two different games. I get it.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, they are practically two separate games, so yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, that's a cool origin story. You know, it's always like I don't know, like a gateway drug. Like you get one friend that plays it and they're like, hey, check this out. It's a pretty cool game. And then you and poof.
Now I find I'm the only one of my friends who plays it.
That's the other side of the coin. When it comes
I got into it and everybody just left and I was like, oh, all right. Oh, that's cool.
There's a lot of clans like that right now. A lot of empty clans out there. That's why I like seeing people join our Discord and they're like, well, my clan's broken, so maybe I can do something with you guys.
Yeah, even my clan just fell apart recently. I was in Illusory for a while and just completely fell apart, so I'm clanless for now.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, see, I mean, and that's what we get too, is people will join our clan because we're just sort of always there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, like, we'll, like, have people leave during, like, big drops. It's like, we'll lose, like, 20 or 30 people from our clan.
Wow.
Because all of their clans are back and active and things like this. And then, you know what? They come back when their clan dies again.
Yep.
So, it's just, you know, it's, like, no hard feelings or anything at all. I mean, we just, you know, it's just the nature of the beast when it comes to this game.
And it's pretty much waiting list to get in our clans. Now we have 3 of them. So we tinkered with doing a 4th and some people had a conniption. So we're at 3. But,
I very temporarily made a sub clan, for you guys. I was the only one in it the whole time, but, it was Cast Down Guardian and it was just, I typed the entire description of it backwards.
Oh, that makes
That's
sense.
funny.
I get it now. Oh, shit. Well, we're called the mom and dad in our Discord. I think Rodimus is grandpa because he shoots down a lot
Get
of
off my lawn.
Well, he's like, no, we're not going with the 4th clan. No. Like, what do you mean? No, 4th clan. We'll just, we give people 90 days. If they don't play in 90 days, they're sorry. We have people who want to be in the clan. So
yeah.
Anyway,
Rodimus is like, if they don't play in one day,
to me.
Yeah. Rodimus is like, if they don't play in one day, they should be gone. So no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
It's not that bad, but no. You're not far off though.
I think it was 2.
2 days.
2 days. You get a weekend off. But anyway, so thank you for hitting that question, Gator. So what have you been up to in Destiny lately? How are you liking it or not liking it? Things like that.
I've been loving it recently. I've got one of my work friends into it, even though he's got a very interesting way he's playing it. And, I've never heard of anyone who wanted to play Destiny like this. He's decided he's going to play the game without shooting a single bullet out of a gun.
Nice.
So he's only running with a sword. He's also never played this game before, or Destiny 1 or anything. And so he's only running a sword, melee, like even supers. He's a hunter. He refuses to use golden gun. He's using a sword, a glaive, and bow. So I'm having a lot of fun trying to walk him through some things. It's a bit of a challenge for me, trying to keep him alive, but, it's worth it. Other than that, I've been doing some trials and, playing the weekly story, of course, and, just kind of touching all areas of the game.
Nice. That's awesome.
Well, what have you been doing in Destiny, Hazel?
Hey, I asked the question. It should go to you next.
Oh, okay. I've been busy, man. Damn. Saturday, right after last week's show, We did what I call my 50-50 raid. 50% of the team was UK and 50% of the team was from the US. And, I want to give a shout out to, of course, Mr. Monkey, who set it up. I really like raiding with that guy. He's always a level-headed, nice guy. And I had the pleasure of gaming with average Destiny 2 player and Hayoka as well from the UK. Both really, really good players. Really great attitudes. And then, of course, we had Edifier from the the Guardian Hub, Discord helping us out. He was our traffic director, and Mike Wazowski was there as well to help us out. And Soccer, I think someone had to leave at the end, and Soccer came in and filled in and helped us out. And then Hazel, on Tuesday this week, you and I raided with Mr. Elmer Fudd Games. These are both Crota raids. And we had Admiral Nips there on his very first run, Mr. Kingsley Mack. We had Scarlet KM in there, and then unfortunately Scarlet had to go to work and had to go to bed, so Sin came in and helped us finish out on the end boss Crota as well. So I have to admit, though, knock on wood.
Then somebody else left, and Kingsley had to leave.
That's right.
And then
was it Soccer
came in?
Came in then?
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I was confused because Soccer saved us 2 times this week. So really good guy, man. I like that guy. And thank goodness, knock on wood, no server issues. So I didn't.
I got kicked.
You did?
One time.
I didn't think I got kicked at all. I don't remember getting kicked in both of those raids. But I also played the new Checkmate Control. That's still one of the the Crucible Lab games. Thanks to my buddy Warcry for setting that up. I gamed with the community. I'm sure Priceless was there to teabag me when the enemy killed me. I think that's supposed to be the way around, but okay. A lot of my usual friends that play Crucible in the Guardian Downcast community were there. Thank you for those guys. My salt was minimal. I did have a little salt, but I'm really liking this game type. But the one thing you got to remember when you're playing Checkmate is think of the year 1 Destiny 2 Crucible where everyone team shot. The really good teams would have 2 groups of 3, and as soon as you got damage on one, there was a buddy behind him to take up the slack. So team shooting was very important in that game, and of course you got to get your headshots. So it's a gun game, I like that. It's all about gun accuracy. It's a lot of fun. And then of course, like I mentioned, I met up with RNG Gator last night. He met my wife Jen and had a good time. And I think that is all. I did finish the story for Witch Queen. God damn it. I did finish the story for Season of the Witch. And do you want to come back and talk to that before we end? Or do you want to get into it?
We can hit that after the TWAB, maybe.
Because I'm afraid it might be spoilery, and what I'm thinking about doing is I'll enter in when I'm producing the show at the end. I'll put a timestamp in. If you want to skip this part, you can go to this in the show. That's what I'm thinking about doing. Anyway, but yeah, that's it for me. What about you, Hazel? What have you been doing this week, man?
Well, hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Any more Starfield?
I did not play Starfield this week. I wanted to, man. I had the itch, but I've watched videos on it. I know how the best way to farm money and all this, but I just didn't have the time, dude. I just did not have the time this week. I had too much stuff going on. And of course, work is crazy. It's cranking up. So yeah, that's all I had time to do. This is the problem, man. This is why I only play Destiny, because it's the only time I have to play video games is usually Destiny. But the seasonal story did end this week, so that gives me time next week to jump in and do some Starfields. I'm looking forward to doing that. I haven't even touched Cyberpunk. I did buy the expansion, but it's in my library in Steam. It's waiting there for me to play. It's for, it's one player, so I don't care. I can play it whenever I want. So it's there, and looking forward to playing that as well.
Yeah.
What about you, speaking of that?
Yeah, so for me, honestly, not much Destiny. I got through the story. That was like first and foremost on Tuesday. I knocked that out. And then after that, we did our raid. And then I've been in Cyberpunk land.
You got to tell me, man. What do you think of this game?
It's fucking fantastic. I mean, they've changed like everything that was like broken and everything else. So it's, It's really good. It's really good. Keanu is in it a surprising amount.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, lots of Keanu.
I like that.
Yeah, it's never a bad thing. So, yeah. But besides that, that's been it. I mean, just Cyberpunk. Yeah.
How far do you think you're in it?
Stuff.
You think you're halfway through the story, or?
I'm not quite halfway yet.
Okay, so you're getting there.
I still have a shit ton of like side quests to do and things like this, because they don't really tell you what's a side quest versus like what's, a main quest.
Blends in.
So I just sort of go like, I'm just playing the game, and I'm just doing the quests that I want to do and stuff like this.
Hey, you're living in the world, man.
So, yeah, it's good stuff.
Hey, some money to be made over here by offing this guy? Hell yeah, let's go. Where's my gun? That's me in Starfield. Anyway.
Wow. I'm telling you, a big surprise.
For a person with ADHD, RPGs are the worst because you get pulled in 5 million different directions, and you quit for the night, and you're like, geez, I didn't even get through the main campaign I was supposed to tonight. Because you have all these side quests thrown at you, You overhear someone talking about something, and you're like, what'd you say? What's going on over there? Oh, yeah? Oh, do I want to take on to? Hell yeah, I do. Give it to me. Yeah, that's the way it is, man. What
were you going to say, Smiter? You just have to cut him off because he'll just keep talking to himself.
Yeah, no worries. Gator, killing people for money in a game, that sounds like a bounty.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you knew this, but RPG to me is just one big game full of bounties. Go do this, go do that. We'll give you some money, and we'll give you some other stuff too. We'll give you a ship. Yeah, we'll do this. Yeah, it's a bounty.
No, it's way different.
Hey, Hazel, I hate to break it to you, man. Life is a bounty.
What?
Sorry. You know what? You're sick. I'm gonna be easy on you tonight, man. Sorry.
Life is a bounty.
I thought life was a highway.
Oh, okay.
I like that one.
That isn't my song choice tonight. That isn't my song choice tonight.
Because it's from a U.S. group.
I think it might be your song tonight. Anyway,
it might be. You never know.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, that's been all I've been up to.
Okay.
Mr. Smiter.
Yes. Why
do you game?
Oh, I'm gonna give the same cliche answer that everyone else gives. It's an escape. It's a fake world inside the real world. It's you can be anything you want whenever you want to. And, I find that very satisfying, where I don't have to be some random kid that doesn't have space magic when I can be a guardian that does have space magic.
Exactly.
So it's all about the fantasy and the excitement from, pretend, really.
Yeah, I can see that.
It may be a cliche answer, but it's a good answer, man. Because that's why I love this game.
Yeah,
You're not alone there.
It's, what else today? We've seen a lot that there is on Earth. So let's make new planets in a new game, Explore those.
Starfield, baby.
I was more referencing Destiny, but yeah.
Of course. That's what I knew. I knew you meant that. Hey, Smiter, I'm curious, man. How did you find our community originally?
So I got big into Destiny for, I still am big into Destiny, obviously. And as I was playing, I was working, and I was like, I want to listen to this game and listen to people talk about this game while I'm working, because it was all I could think about. Mm. And so I went on Spotify one day, and I just searched up Destiny 2 podcasts, and I listened to a few, and I was like, no, not my style. No, not really for me. And then I listened to Guardian Downcast, and I was listening to your intro bit, and it made me laugh. And then I heard the intro music, the Guardian Down part, and I heard that, and I was like, oh, this sounds good. And I listened to the rest of the show, and I've been listening ever since.
See, Hazel, people do laugh at our cold open sometimes.
Hey, I still don't believe people listen, but it's okay.
That's true. Man, good for you, man. A 3-hour show is tough for a lot of people. A lot of people see 3 hours and go, pass, I'm out.
Well, I had 3 hours of work ahead of me. I was like, might as well,
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, one more. I'm sorry, Hazel. One more thing.
No, I turn the mic over to you at this point. I'm just like, here.
No, I'm sorry.
Go
It's
for it.
just very important. I have to ask this. Smiter, do you do bounties?
Ooh, this is a controversial
Be
question
honest now.
Santa will know.
Occasionally.
That's a fair
Occasionally.
answer. So you do
When you have
gunsmith.
to.
When I'll pop in and grab a few gunsmith, and if I'm going to be playing a lot of one mode, then I 100% will grab those bounties. On the weekends, I grab all the trial bounties, and I always grab the gunsmith ones. But there's also times where the past 2 weeks I haven't touched a single bounty.
There we go. Okay, that's all I needed to know. Okay, Gator 15, Hazel 5. Okay, moving on.
What?
Where did these scores come
I
from?
made them up in my mind. That's what the score is in my mind.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. I'm rambling a little bit tonight. Hazel, what do you think? You want to get into some signature questions here before we get to the speed run?
Yeah, we can definitely do that. There we go. All right. So, Smiter, do you have a motto or mantra that you like, or a couple of them?
I like to go by "be happy," just because it's very simple and gets right to the point. And I find that's how most people should live their lives. Try to live it happy. Do things that make you happy and things you enjoy, and you'll find yourself upset and in a bad mood a lot less.
Yeah, it's a good way to live.
That's, truer words have never been said, I think, on the show.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. I've kind of gotten an inner peace as I've gotten older, and I try to live by that too. But I've got a good question or two. Well, at least I think it is. Been very curious, Smiter. Dude.
Okay.
Well, what's up with the gamer tag?
So there is I was blacksmith when I initially joined the server, which very few people actually know because I think I changed it a few minutes after I joined the server. And it was actually Destiny that caused me to change my name. So I was blacksmith and I made that username in 8th grade, and just because I wanted some cool name, and that's what I came up with. And I just used that ever since, and I started getting into Destiny and doing some LFG raids, and I noticed in the raids, everyone just kept referring to me as Black, and I was like, oh, maybe I should do something about it. So I was trying to come up with something that would, pay a little bit of homage to Blacksmith, but still be new and, refreshing. So I came up with Smiter.
All right, Hazel.
Nice.
I got to ask you.
Okay.
When you saw Smiter in the Discord, did you think Smithers?
No.
Okay. That was just me then. Okay. Just making sure. I bet there's some other people out there saying, yes, we did think Smithers.
It's all right. I played Gambit the other day with TL, Tim, Panda, and Bell, and Venom was in the chat, and
What's
he
his name
called
again?
me Smitter.
TL what?
TL
Smitter.
Oh, they called you Smiter?
TL Tim.
Okay.
And no,
TL Tim.
Venom was in the chat, and he called me Smitter for a solid 2 hours. And when I finally corrected him, he was like, "You've just been letting me call you that the entire time?" I was like, "Yeah."
Smitter. I think we're going to call you Smitter for the rest of the show.
You know what? That's all right.
That
I'll
makes sense.
respond to
though.
pretty much anything.
That makes sense because that's kind of what you do with your job, You kind of fabricate, so.
Smith? What?
I mean, a blacksmith. I can see how we came from that.
Yeah.
Because he bends steel and metal and stuff.
You're not keeping up with this conversation well at all.
No, I
It's
understand. They
it's
call him
okay.
Smitter. I get it. I got that part. I'm just putting that two and two together. I mean, it makes sense why you wanted to call yourself blacksmith.
Yeah, but I don't think you're following, though. I made that in 8th grade.
Oh, you're right. I did not catch that. Sorry, my bad.
No worries. It's all good.
Shit, how did I miss that? I'll edit that out. Don't worry about it. All right. Hazel, what else we got for him? Shit.
All right. So, Smiter, besides hockey and, Destiny, what other hobbies do you have?
Well, my primary hobby is obviously gaming, then hockey, and then my next most committed hobby is I have a girlfriend, and that's where a lot of my time goes.
Good for you, dude. Good for you. That's important.
Yeah. I always make sure I see her minimum twice a week, just because it is somewhat long distance. She's about a 45-minute drive from me. So I always make sure I'm making time for her. Other than that, I'm a big social guy. I love to hang out with my friends as much as I can. And mostly work for the most part. You know, I used to skateboard, and I'd love to get back into that, but haven't been in a while.
Sounds like a nice balanced life to me, man. I like it.
Thank you. I try my best.
All right. So we got all the particulars out of the way here, but I have to ask you one thing before we go. What is one thing about you that maybe our community might not know about you, Smiter?
Well, I'm very open about myself in the community.
That's what everybody says.
I have nothing to hide, so I don't hide anything. One thing that people may not know about me is I'm a big guy. I stand at 6'4".
Damn.
And so I have a very, very tall frame.
Nice.
Which often causes people to be intimidated when meeting me, but I'm a teddy bear.
Yeah, but that makes sense. You play hockey. You got to be pretty tall.
Yeah, this is true.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm probably one of the softest people you'll meet.
I like it.
That's awesome.
That. Good deal. Well, hey, Smiter. Thanks for sharing your life with us tonight, brother.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for letting me share.
Awesome. Well, I don't know. He's pretty young, Hazel. He could give Bell a run for his money. What do you think? You think he can score well in the speed run tonight?
I don't know. I mean, I hope he can, because I think Bell's getting a little cocky. So.
Bell actually told me that he wanted me to.
Really?
Yes. When I was talking to him the other day.
I feel like I'm
sounds
Princess
like trash
Leia.
Talk, though.
I feel like every show I'm Princess
you have
Leia.
your hair in buns?
No. I'm just saying it's like help me guest. You know, you're my only hope to beat Bell.
Nice.
And yeah, I do have buns in here, so I'll take those out. I added those on top. Sorry. But yeah, good deal, man. Well, hey, thanks. Great interview, man. Appreciate you coming on the show tonight. And you know what? Let's get to that speed run.
Call the Praxic Order. Call the Thanatonauts, the Jinsen Scribes. Call everyone so they can witness you.
All right, listeners. This segment is called the speed run. Patent pending. This is where we have a database of over 600 possible questions for our guests. And Smiter here is going to have 2 minutes to answer as many as he can. These are short 1 or 2 word answers. And at the end of the year, the guest with the most answer will win a prize and title of 2023 Speedrun Champion. The questions are custom curated by me, so no one can memorize what order they come in, and just quickly answer what comes to mind. Tonight I'm going to read out the questions from my list. Hazel is our timekeeper and quality control expert, and in the event of a questionable answer, Hazel's got the number. He'll be the one telling you. So, Toll the Bell is our current leader with 53 questions answered. So what do you think, Smiter? You ready to do this?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, Smitter.
Either way, I'm ready to go.
All right.
Either way.
All right, Hazel. 2 minutes. We ready?
There we are.
Whew. All right, you got this, Smiter. Come on, man. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Warlock, Titan, or Hunter?
Warlock.
Apple or Android?
Apple.
Void, Solar, Arc, or Stasis?
Void.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Canada.
Do you dip your toast in grits?
Yes.
Controller or mouse and keyboard?
Controller.
SMG or sidearm?
SMG.
Strikes, Crucible, or Gambit?
Strikes.
Are you an AMC Stubbs member?
No.
Star Trek or Wars?
Star Wars.
If you could choose, who would voice your ghost?
Jack Black.
Nessus or Cosmodrome?
Nessus.
Human Exo or Awoken?
Human.
Flawless GM or Flawless Trials?
Flawless GM.
Is Scumdeth your uncle?
Yes.
What's your favorite Destiny planet?
Europa.
Playing cards or board games?
Playing cards.
Have you ever been to the Lighthouse?
Yes.
What's the best sandwich?
Ham and cheese.
What armor slot do you use as an exotic?
Helmet.
Resolution or frames?
Frames.
Ikora, Cater, Zavala?
Ikora.
Bubble or well?
Bubble.
What number am I thinking of?
6.
Roller coaster or carousel?
Roller coaster.
What's your favorite word?
Yes.
Destiny 2 seasonal events, yes or no?
Yes.
What's one thing you own that needs to be thrown out?
2 of my mice.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
Pizza place.
Hand cannon or pulse rifle?
Hand cannon.
Do you have a tattoo?
Yes.
Taken King or Forsaken?
Forsaken.
Favorite drink?
Monster.
Burgers or burritos?
Burgers.
Solo or fire team?
Solo.
Gas, electric, or diesel?
Gas.
Can you drive a stick shift?
Yes.
Xbox, PC, or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Do aliens exist?
Yes.
Favorite music genre?
Rap.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Football or hockey?
Hockey.
Metal or country?
Metal.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Destiny 1 or Destiny 2?
D2.
Do beans go in chili?
Yes.
Fashion or function?
Fashion.
Precision or spray and pray?
Precision.
Land, sea, or air?
Land, sea.
Do you play Iron Banner?
I do.
What's your lucky number?
Time.
Oh, dude. Oh,
How was that?
I had such high hopes. I had such high hopes.
You can answer that last one.
What's your lucky number?
Lucky number.
6.
All right. Damn. I have a feeling I know the number, Hazel.
Oh man, I don't know how many I did. I think I'm well below 53.
How do you do, Hazel?
49.
It's a lot harder than
You know
think,
what?
man. It's a lot harder.
That's really good though.
It's hard.
I'm very happy with the solid 49.
That is by the way, sir, that is a silver medal right there.
Is it actually?
You're on the
Let's
podium.
go.
You're definitely on the podium.
Damn.
Nice.
I'm adding them up as you're going, and I'm just like, son of a bitch, man.
I had a different number, but I might have.
Did you have 50 by chance?
I had 51.
Ooh.
Let's
See,
look.
I didn't count the one where it was land, sea, or air, and he said land, sea.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah, yeah. See, it's Hazel's the judge, man. That's what he's got to go by.
I didn't know what land. I heard land, sea, or air,
So,
and I was like, I don't know what either of that means. So I just said land. Sea.
So we'll officially say you got 50 then.
I'll take it. I'm happy with 49 or 50. Either way, I'll take it.
there we go.
That's really good. You know what I always worry about? I only have 60 of these drawn up. When people go that fast, I start getting panicky because as soon as I hit 60.
You did ask me one question twice.
It was. I know. It's randomly generated, so sometimes you'll get a duplicate.
Okay. So just, okay.
Sometimes you'll get a duplicate. I handpick a few of them, but a lot of it is randomly generated, so yeah. Dude, good job, man. That was impressive.
Thank you.
That's probably what, Hazel? That's probably the closest we've come so far, right?
Yeah.
I just want to let you know, we've officially booked Sin before the year's up, so he will have a shot to get that mod position.
That's all right.
And I've already talked with Rodimus. Rodimus will be defending his title before year end as well. So we still have those two. But help me,
Rodimus.
You're my only hope.
Rodimus seems very confident.
He does. He says he's been practicing, so we'll see.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, I'm sure he does it every week. He probably does it with the show.
Yeah, he's probably like, fucking Gator, hurry up.
Oh yeah, those 2 minutes go by quick.
Dude, man.
I'm gonna be honest.
Hey, you know what?
I thought I was at like 24 or something.
What it used
I thought
to be,
I was
Hazel.
way
It
lower.
used to be what, 60 seconds, and then we went to
That's
90,
funny.
and then this year we went to 120.
Yep.
It used to only have a minute. But me and Hazel like to get our popcorn out and get entertained, so we go 2 minutes now. So yeah.
I almost said Pope Francis when you asked me who I wanted to voice my ghost.
It's anybody you want.
I had to catch myself there and be like Jack Black because that guy actually would be funny as my ghost voice.
You know, Bungie likes to monetize things. I tell you where they could really monetize is if they had voice lines for the ghost during your, playing PvE. They've sold like a Samuel L. Jackson mix. I'd buy it in a heartbeat if it overdub my voice lines for ghosts. Anyway. That's another topic, maybe for another show. Hey everyone, I've got a question for you. Do you have a great speedrun question that you want to throw our way? If that's a yes, join our Discord and enter them in our speedrun question ideas channel, and we'll add them to next year's speedrun. Just remember they need to be yes or no, 1 or 2 word answers. Either or questions will also be accepted. And the one long form question I love is, what is your favorite? At the end of the year, we're going to have 2 drawings for a $25 gift card of your choice, and you can earn up to 5 questions to go into the drawing. So let's see what you got, and good luck. Also, if you're enjoying what you've listened to so far in our little show, and you know someone who plays Destiny, do us a favor. The only way we grow is by you telling a friend about our show. We don't do any paid advertising, none of that stuff. It's all organic growth for almost 5 years now. So all the links are down in our show description down below. And yeah, hit that link and send it to someone who plays Destiny. All right. Well, Hazel, that means it's time for This Week in Destiny.
This is Kogo4, and you are listening to Guardian Downcast.
All right, Hazel, 7th week. I got it right this time. 7th week of Season of the Witch. End of the story for this season. What's going on this week in Destiny, man?
Mm-hmm. Oh, real quick. Yeah, you said it's the end of the season. It is, but there are still going to be some radio messages that are going to trickle through. So
yeah, I'm missing a lore.
Just want to throw that out there. So, you know.
Yep.
So, I'm going to kind of burn through some of these changes here.
Please.
So, with this, one of the changes that's coming out is the exotic focusing for tier 1 is getting reduced. 30,000 for Glimmer, 10 enhancement prisms for tier 1. So again, tier 1 is basically, I want a random mass exotic from, you know, the Witch Queen campaign or the Witch Queen DLC, something like that. So that way it gives you one of those. Tier 2 is going to be 60,000 Glimmer and 2 Ascendant Shards.
What is missing from this equation?
Legendary Shards?
Nope.
Because they're not in the fucking game anymore?
Nope, that isn't it. There's something missing that they took out. I've been complaining about. What could it be? Let me put my sleuth hat on.
An exotic engram?
No.
Because that's missing.
No. That's what I thought. That's what I thought he was referencing.
No, there's no more.
Oh, exotic ciphers.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Bungie. That's.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, Smiter, do you remember when he said that he was going to, like, not interrupt?
Shit. Sorry.
I do. I do remember that.
I had to say it. I was yelling. I was yelling when I read that today.
Yeah. You know what, though? I don't care about the exotic cipher because I'm sitting on 5 of them right now. And you know what? Do you know how many times I've done the Xur thing?
Probably as many times as I have.
I've done it once just because I wanted to see how complicated it really, really was. And it was not complicated at all.
Really?
But yeah.
Which path did you take to get the
PvE?
So like you do completed, it's probably because you did Nightfalls or, they count for more, I think. Can't remember what that one is.
I don't even know, really. I just know that I burned through the shit and I was just like, I don't know what the fuck Gator's bitching about.
Okay.
So then I just kind of went on with my life.
You didn't want to do 16 Nightfalls? Okay.
Well, no. Why would I subject myself to that when I can, you know.
What you have to do to get the exotic cipher. But I think it counts more the higher level when you do. That might be
it does.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I had it like pretty quickly, actually. So okay. I don't really know exactly, you know.
But wait a minute. Who's this for? All right, I'm done. Go ahead. I'm done.
I need more cough syrup for this shit. Okay. So, Deck of Whispers. Hey, guess what? When you beat the campaign or the story for this season, you actually get a chance to buy a tarot deck.
Wait a minute.
I thought that was badass.
Tarot deck?
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing this. I'll look again.
I mean, it might be because I completed the entire deck, maybe. I don't know. But
I haven't done that.
Something happened where I had the opportunity to buy.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Smiter, do you have one of these?
I do not. No.
I have not completed the deck yet. Or anything. Yeah. I'm getting there, but I'm not.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what it is.
Okay. Damn.
But yeah, I got a little pop-up that's like, hey, you know, you did a thing.
Wow.
How about you spend some more money with us? So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. See, now I'm looking it up to make sure I wasn't like fucking hallucinating in my fucking.
Oh, you could have been on cough medicine.
Exactly. Oh, wait. Is it? Yeah, no, it is. They do exist.
I did not know that. I'll look forward to that.
All right. I really thought I was hallucinating. You guys fucking scared me. Okay, moving on. Mid-season armor and weapons preview. So we have a change coming up here. Oh, by the way, the exotic focusing change, that happens on October 17th.
Okay, good to know.
Okay. So the mid-season armor and weapons preview. So these are things that are going to be changing with update 7.2.5. Inteus wards we already know about. You're going to have, your melee your class ability full for that to actually happen. Young Ahamkara's spine, that's getting a nerf as well that we talked about previously.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're not allowed to have fun in the game. Any thoughts on these two changes here?
We pretty much anything for you, Smiter?
Neither of these exotics are used by me, so couldn't care less.
Yeah. Weapon balancing. Weapon archetypes. We know about this one too. Submachine guns are getting an increased recoil globally by 10%. That's going to suck. Reduce the mouse and keyboard stability as well. Rapid fire auto rifles reduce the ADS damage fall off. They basically, like, damage fall off on pretty much everything has been adjusted to this. So yeah, pretty much everything, like all the weapons. I mean, pulse rifles. I mean, the damage fall off is, for the most part, been reduced. They did increase it for aggressive pulse rifles.
I saw that.
So that's an interesting one. Adaptives, auto rifles, they got reduced for damage fall off. And again, that's aim down sights as well. So yeah, precision autos too, reduced zoom as well from 17 to 15.
Everyone's been using Amets.
Yeah, who knows? Who knew? Wow. You break it and then there you go.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bungie did give us some charts here that basically tell you season 21 base zoom, season 22, where everything kind of falls and things like that regarding ADS damage fall off. Then they also do the basically like the range for the fall off on each of these two. So there we are. Fusion rifles are getting a nerf.
Jesus.
That's
wow.
Yeah. I mean,
I already don't use them.
Yeah. Well, now guess what? You're not going to use them anymore. Sniper rifles are getting a buff, actually, because nobody is still using them. But that's a critical hit. I mean, that's typically what you're going to go for.
Mm-hmm.
Is a crit. The body has been decreased though. So it's more punishing. It's more risk, more reward kind of thing.
Dude, the reason nobody uses snipers hardly is because the flinch is so dreadful, dude. It's so bad. I could barely snipe in PvP anymore.
Well, yeah. So let's see if they adjust the flinch on this. Let me read through it. Moving on. Shotguns. Yeah, no, they didn't touch it because reasons. Yeah. Shotguns. Decrease the airborne accuracy penalty on slug shotguns by 20%. Decrease the airborne pellet spread penalty for pellet shotguns by 20%. Yeah, it's going to be tighter spreads. That's going to be nice.
You just raise this. Basically, the people who are in the high skill ceilings are going to get better now. The ones that jump.
But that's who they're.
Yeah. I know.
That's who they're shaping PvP for now.
Yep. That's what they talked about.
So the people that play 8 to 10 hours a week.
Yep. You're right. And movement is that's the skill that a lot of people don't. That's usually where the skill ceiling starts to affect. Is movement.
And you know what this is going to do though?
What?
For people like myself, like the casuals, it's going to distance myself more from PvP.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, oh, do I really want to get hit in the junk that bad?
Geez, and Iron Banner's coming next week, right?
Fuck Iron Banner. Dude, I haven't played Iron Banner.
Dude, it's been brutal. I'm going to be honest. It's been brutal playing Iron Banner. Warcry messaged me and says, hey, dude, Iron Banner, I got 3 games set up for next week. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. But part of that, though, is because, in my opinion, now, Smiter, you can chime in and let me know what you think, too. But it's because it's more punishing to go in as a 6 deck.
That's exactly my point. Yep. Can't play with your friends anymore.
I find it just as punishing as a solo. I'm
Really?
I'm a primarily solo player for the most part. I've been trying to get more involved with having a fire team.
Mm-hmm.
But as a solo player, you just get rolled constantly still.
Really?
Yeah. It's, I've actually found it better to have more people in your team.
Really?
Because you're communicating, you're actually playing with each other's play style. But solo, you just get rolled.
Oh, that's not encouraging.
I can see that.
All right.
But to me, it seems like there's a magic number of like between 2 and 4, maybe. Something like that.
I 100% agree.
There's a good mix. I got a question for Smiter. Have you played the new Checkmate solo?
I haven't played any Checkmate, actually.
Okay.
Most of my PvP's been targeted at Trials and Competitive.
I figured. And see, I like 3s better too, because 6s is chaos. But I'm just curious if you had tried the new Crucible Labs game, because I haven't done it yet and I want to try it. Because
I will. I'll give it a
is
shot and let
brutal.
you know.
Yeah.
You just said that you did play.
No, I played it in
Checkmate.
6s. I played in a group of 6, but I haven't played solo.
Oh.
In 6s, it's still brutal, man. I don't know what it is, man. Crucible has just the competition is just, whew. I mean, I'm not a super casual player either. I like playing PvP, but it just seems like every time I've been jumping into Crucible, it's just been mercies, and there have been very few close games. Very few. I don't know why it is. I can't explain why. Get good? I don't know. Who knows?
That's the only answer to me.
I know. I was just beating you to it.
No, I don't know. I mean, I
don't know what changed, but something has changed in PvP. I can't put my finger on it.
To me, PvP seems the place where, like, the good people, like the really good PvP players, will pub stomp.
Yeah, they're doing
And
it. They're
it's
doing
like-
it in the new game type too.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel fun to me. I don't know why.
I feel like I'm going against two
Okay.
trial teams usually when I play 6s. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. That makes sense.
So, what do you guys think about weapon balancing?
I don't have any issues with these changes. You know, the snipers, yeah, I think the only things they really needed to work on was the flinch, because it's gotten to the point where I'm using Arbalist over snipers now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm finding, it's less flinch, and it's easier to stay on your target while being shot at. And the snipers are just borderline unusable, in my opinion. Shotgun, the tighter spread. I'm looking forward to that. I have a God Roll PvE shotgun, so that's going to help me with hitting more crits and stuff, so I'm excited for that.
Are you a slow
Other
shooter
than that,
or are you a spread shot shooter?
Spread shot.
Okay.
Spread. Yeah.
Nice to know.
Definitely a spread shot. But yeah, other than that, it all looks fine to me. I don't have any issues with anything else.
Only thing I'm excited for is the aggressive pulse rifles. I'm a pulse rifle user, and I've been wanting to use my aggressives, but they just aren't hitting as well. And maybe they'll have a leg up now. Maybe they'll at least be able to compete with some of the higher impact pulse rifles. We'll see. That's all I really cared about.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still waiting for that damn sniper meta to come out, you know? Like, where snipers are just badass.
Yeah.
I have a feeling you'll be waiting a long time.
Me and Hazel have fun sniping each other in scrims usually.
Yeah.
He'll get me, and I'll get him the next game.
That's the thing, though. You know, I mean, that's the fun part.
It is
but
fun.
I don't know why why Bungie can't, like, unleash that. I don't know.
I think snipers, I don't know, chime in here, Smiter, since you play competitive. It probably is more prevalent in 3s, right? Sniping still?
Oh, absolutely.
You can control it around pretty good with a sniper rifle if you're decent.
It's Cloud Strike is still more prevalent than ever in trials.
Okay.
Oh yeah. But as soon as one person gets killed with a Cloud Strike, the entire team spreads
Classes.
out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's
the other team.
the rest of the game.
I got you. So
Rest
once
of the
you
game,
get away
everyone's
with
out.
it one time, and that's it. Yeah.
No.
Pretty much,
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, sniping is definitely more, I find it's definitely more used in 3s than 6s. 6s is just anything that's going to get the most bullets out as fast as possible.
It is, man. I tried sniping in Iron Banner. It's rough, man. I have to put it away because I can't do it. I'm getting run over. I can't even control a lane, anything. It just, maybe I'm done with sixes. Maybe I'm done with sixes for a while. I think I'm going to jump back into competitive and see how that is. I think
not pretty. It's not pretty.
I know, but I like challenge. It's just the chaos. It's when you can't even know where the spawns are coming from and people are spawning behind you. It's just like, come on, man. You know, I need that balance in the game. I need to know where my enemy is at all times and how to control the map. It's hard to do when it's just chaos everywhere. And you can't help players running into their spawns. You can't tell them not to. They want to run in there and spray and pray and fire and do whatever, then fine. It's just so unpredictable now.
My logic on that front is, I am perfectly happy with my teammates running in and flipping the spawns and screwing everything over.
Really?
As long as they're doing something when they run in there. Yeah. As long as they're making a play, I'm perfectly happy.
Yeah, but round-based stuff, once you eliminate one player, I mean, it's pretty much a collapse game anyway, but, yeah, but something like survival or something, yeah, you know, that can happen to you, I guess. You can keep an eye out better with 3 players versus double that, you know?
Of course.
I mean, if someone spawns behind you, you can adjust quickly enough. You can immediately start swapping to where your teammates are and reset. But it's harder to do in sixes, man.
A simple knucklehead radar in threes is game-changing.
See, everyone poo-poos that helmet. I love that helmet when I play Hunter.
It's a great helmet.
It is. Well, now it's been buffed, so even better.
Even better.
I need to put that back on. Yeah, I was curious what you thought about that because I know I can shut down a map sometimes if my sniping is on point. If not, then it's ugly. But
yeah, it's very hit or miss.
Cool.
So, Perfect Float is getting a buff because nobody uses it.
Nope.
Kickstart, because everybody uses it, is getting a damage bonus reduction nerf. Yeah. There we go. Imagine that. Okay. Checkmate. I know I didn't touch on the checkmate changes last time, but I will touch on these. So the score is increased by 25 points to 125 now, and they're decreasing the frequency of heavy ammo spawns from 90 to 180 seconds.
That needed to be done because whoever got armor usually would win the game. Whoever got the heavy.
Yeah.
And I still think it should be shared.
You know what's funny though?
What's that?
These are the same. It's exactly what Datto recommended happen. Really? So
yeah, that'll help. That'll help. That'll slow the game down just a bit.
Yep, exactly. Future stuff. In Season 23, we will have a host of PvE tuning changes. We don't want to share too many specifics because some things still have the possibility of shifting during testing. But we can give you this sneak peek. Increased base PvE damage for glaive projectiles and sniper rifles.
Okay.
Increased damage against minor combatants for pulse rifles and autos.
I like it.
Who uses a pulse rifle in PvE content?
I'm raising my hand. I use auto rifles too. Sometimes 2 of them at a time.
I use auto rifles for PvE, but I only use one auto rifle across all 6 of my builds.
I sometimes use 2 because I hate looking for ammo.
I am aware as somebody who frequents Gator's streams and seeing double auto in a raid going against
I trigger everyone
like 40 yellow bars during Ear Ute, and Gator's like, I clipped this one where he fires like so many bullets at this one yellow bar knight, and then he goes, wow, these guys are kind of beefy.
You know why that was though? Because my weapon was a 1600 power. I didn't realize that.
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
it doesn't matter. It's because it's an auto rifle.
Yeah.
And if you would have used a fusion or anything else, it would have chunked him down further.
You have a good auto rifle with reconstruction, man. You can get like 93 in a clip. It's crazy, man.
And it takes all 93 shots to kill someone.
Not that many, but yeah, for miners, it's really good. It's good for ad clear. But yeah, you're probably right. I did put a fusion rifle on at some point.
Yeah, I'm aware. Thank God. Greatly increased damage against champions for Revision 0 and the Vex.
I like that.
Ooh, don't tell Storm Pro.
I love Revision 0. It's a good rifle.
You know. He'll get his Vex eventually, so maybe not though. Also, the glaive rework comes into play next season, and the exotic glaives are going to be out and about again. So that will be a later TWAB, I guarantee you that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any thoughts on these changes? Anything groundbreaking or anything, that you guys have thoughts about?
I don't have anything here that's groundbreaking to me. I think it's just a lot of minor changes. Honestly, the biggest and most notable thing to me was the decreasing the frequency of heavy ammo in Checkmate.
That's all I was going to say too.
And
yep.
I haven't even played Checkmate yet. So with that being the most standout thing to me, it's it's pretty mellow.
Yeah, we have a couple more weeks of Checkmate as the feature, and it'll go back to the other zany game. I don't know what it is. I never played it. But I'm curious to see how these changes change the game. So yeah, that's it for me. I mean, that's all I really had to say about it.
All right. Moving on. Destiny 2 cutscene archive update. So, Bungie basically released a bunch of the cutscenes that they put out there since like the beginning here. I mean, there's season 10, 11, and 12, and season 21.
Very nice.
Off topic, but I don't know if any of you saw this. Did any of you see the Destin video that he threw out?
Yes, I did. I watched it. About the monetization, the Jim Ryan, or the other one?
No, the one about Destiny. Why he doesn't post Destiny stuff anymore.
Oh yeah, I watched that one too.
And that was weird that Bungie came out and said, like, stop posting, like,
yeah. I was surprised
clips of, like, stuff, like the cutscenes and things. It's like, what? That doesn't make any damn sense.
Well, he was doing, like montages, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, he was putting them he had different views and things like this. Like somebody else would help him and he would, get different perspectives and things like that. It was pretty cool. But yeah, Bungie came through and said, stop doing that. So for everybody.
So keep that in mind when I'm making videos. No cutscenes.
Yeah. Shit's broken.
There it is.
Crota's End 48-hour challenge emblem update. Keep waiting.
Jeez, they're still talking about that? It's the third 12 in a row, by the way. They've mentioned this.
No, this has been happening since it launched.
Yeah.
Yeah. So trust me, man, if I were supposed to get it too, I'd be bitching too.
Oh, I'm not.
They better be throwing some shit out there every week until they get that shit fixed.
I guess my point is quit talking about it and just get it fixed already.
Well, if it were that easy, they would have done it by now, don't you think?
Yeah, I guess so.
I love our show.
My gummy's kicking in.
This is like talking to my damn wife. All right.
But who's this
videos,
for?
art, and a Stay Crafty from Sam. I need alcohol.
Thanks, Sam. Hey, before we go, Hazel, I know you're grabbing for a drink here. I wanted to talk about the story this week, man.
Yeah.
We all played it, right? We all finished it out for the heiress part of it, at least. We know there's more, lore entries or something coming?
Radio messages.
Yeah, messages from exactly. What did you guys think of the story? You know what? Hold on a second. For the listener out there, we don't want to spoil if you haven't played it yet. I know this is the first week the story's been done. I'm going to put a timestamp right here that will tell you where you can go if you want to skip this portion of the show, because I think it's only fair, being the first week we've completed the full story. Next week, though, all bets are off. So I'll put a timestamp right here where you can go to if you want to skip this portion of our talk, if you don't want to get spoiled on the story. So final warning. Here we go. Hey, what's up, everyone? Future Gator here. As promised, I wanted to give you the timestamp to go to if you want to not be spoiled by the final story of the season. So if you want to skip our talk coming up right now about the story and what we thought about it, you can go to 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 4 seconds. Okay? Now back to the show. What do you guys think of the story? I mean, this week, or your overall thoughts of it?
I loved it. My only gripe with it is I wish there was more shown and more talked about.
Yeah.
My jaw actually dropped when Eris resurrected Savathun and then just killed her again.
That was good. I love that part.
That was
blew my
I did not expect
mind.
that to happen.
No, me neither. Yeah,
it made sense the minute she did it. I was like, oh, I get it now.
She's taking her power.
Well, she did it. And I was like, oh my goodness, how are we going to get to the witness? And I was like, oh, MRU's still there. We're good.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, did she do it out of love, like they're supposed to with the Hive, is to kill them to make them better or whatever? Or did she just?
Absolutely not. There is no chance.
She's not.
Well, they're technically sisters. They're technically sisters in the lore.
What?
Yeah, I mean that's part of the Hive way. That's the sword logic is to kill the ones you love.
Okay, just stop, Gator. That's not it, man.
That's not it?
No.
I think you're reaching for something that's not there.
Yeah.
Well, I was just asking if it was done out of love. I was kind of being a little snarky.
Well, if I know you weren't.
It was.
Dude.
Was it done out of love, or was it just because she wanted to get?
If you ask that question, that means that you have not paid a lick of attention during this whole season.
No, I have.
Because if you would have paid attention, you would have watched it.
It was totally a snarky comment, but I guess it didn't get perceived that way. That's my bad. No big deal.
Okay. So Smiter, you loved it.
Loved it.
What about you, Hazel? What was your?
Oh, I loved it too. It was beautiful. I love the little twist at the end that nobody saw coming, because it sort of paves the way for the future. So I'm super excited to see what happens next. So, okay. I mean, I guess you put a spoiler warning out there. So, yeah. I'll go ahead and say it now. So the twist that nobody saw coming is that the things that Eris was doing was not what we all thought it was to fight Eris or to fight Xivu Arath.
Right.
It was basically to sever her connection to her throne world.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just my jaw was on the ground when she said that. I was like, oh, I just was so speechless. I couldn't believe it. I was like, okay, so she's mortal.
Yeah.
Now she doesn't get any power from death or fighting or anything. Mm-hmm. So she's as strong as she's going to be right now, and as strong as she'll ever be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a very similar reaction. I thought it was so cool and really just shocking to hear that she was severed from her throne world. But at the same time, I have to admit, I'm partially disappointed simply because I would have loved to see what Xivu's throne world looked like.
I just want to see what Xivu looks like. I want her to show up. That. Show up.
But we're going to see more of her probably next season.
I don't know, man. I had two problems. I had two problems with the story. I loved every week how we kept tithing and we kept building her up.
You didn't even play it every week, but go ahead.
No, I caught it all up. I sat down.
But you didn't play it every week, though. That's the thing I'm saying.
I did.
No, you didn't.
No, I was behind by 3 weeks. I caught it all up on Thursday night. The last 3 weeks up to the.
That's what I'm saying, though. You just said that you played every week.
I've played the story every week. I've played all the weekly stories. I've caught up on them, and I liked how we kept tithing and we kept building her up until, and I knew it was going to lead to something big, but yeah, two things that bother me here. One is what happened after the cutscene. The fact that Imaru reanimated Savathun, so she's back up again. Her. Yeah, she revived her, so she's back up again. We didn't see that in the lore, in the cutscene, so people who don't read any lore cards or anything that pops up never are going to know that. Unless they scour YouTube, because everyone's been talking about it.
They said that in the video.
Eris does tell us that after we watch the cutscene.
Ikora did.
Yes.
Yeah,
was it Ikora? Okay.
Yeah. And the radio message.
Yeah, and the deal is a deal. Lore entry actually said.
No, Gator, though. That's not it, though. Dude, you're talking about the lore card. But no, in the radio message.
I remember hearing that.
Yeah, Ikora said that she left Imaru with us.
Right.
And
as collateral, or if she breaks the deal, or if she lies or goes back on or does anything against the Guardians. But here's the thing.
So it's not anything about the lore and people who don't read it.
So Savathun is just like wandering around now? I mean, does this mean that she's not going to be in the final shape? So where is Savathun going to go from here? That's my question. Is she just been written out now? Is she just wandering and we got her ghost hostage? Well, you know what I'm saying? I mean, where does this put her in the future? Is this maybe going to be one of the episodes? I'm trying to figure out because we kind of got the information from her, right? We know how to open the portal. They won't tell us, but they're apparently they know now how to open the portal because Savathun told them. And then, but where does she fit in the final battle, in the final shape? It's like almost she's out of the story now, right?
She doesn't factor. Why would she?
Well, you would think, Guardians unite, Hive unite, everybody unite to fight the Witness at the end here. It's a kumbaya moment. It doesn't have
to be that way. I mean, hopefully they're not doing that.
But I'm not talking about the Hive specific. I'm just talking about Savathun. I mean, so she's done now? The Witch Queen's just wandering around somewhere aimlessly now, or?
She's plotting and scheming, man.
Yeah, I know that, but she can't
what's your issue?
She can't plot or scheme against us because all we have to do is crush her ghost. Eris has her ghost. So all she has to do is if she plots or schemes against us, we just crush her ghost and then now she's mortal. But
as far as we know.
Yeah.
As far as we know.
No, there's a search, but I'm just curious. It kind of left that kind of was left open. It just really didn't. This is the way Destiny stories were. I hated this, where the Witness just at the end of the Destiny 1 story, she just disappears. Not Eris, one of the Bray sisters, Elsie Bray just disappears. Says, well, now you have this to conquer. I'm like, well, but wait a minute. Anyway, that's what I kind of felt like. It felt like a Destiny 1 story where we don't know what's going on with Savathun now.
Well, Gator, in regard to that, I mean, she doesn't factor into the final battle. I mean, everything that they're doing right now is all about, is setting up the final battle. And it's not between Savathun and the Witness and that kind of thing. It's between mainly us and the Witness.
So you think Xivu is going to be next season? Because
I think so.
We banished her from her. That was my second thing. Is I would think we did kill the Leviathan Eater, right? That's the first boss we encountered first part of the season. Ran away, but now we finally killed him, her, it, whatever. And it was fun. It was okay. I didn't think it was overly difficult to do.
Dude, that was a hard ass battle.
I did solo, dude. I didn't think it was a hard battle.
Well, so did I, but I mean,
have to move around.
But the thing is, though, is in Destiny terms, that was a pretty hard battle.
Okay. All right.
I have to disagree with you here, Hazel. I smoked it and it was effortless for me. I had much more difficulty. I have more difficulty facing champions in Legend Lost Sectors than I did with that thing.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Depends on the player, but that's
yeah. Well, maybe I was just running a squishy ass hunter, so maybe that.
I was running a Sunbracer's Warlock, which might be part of my.
I was running a Void Titan, so. But my other point is, I was expecting at least some kind of big clash or something, and then all she does is just banish her from the. Which I was the plot twist, right? We thought she was going to go head to head, right? Like most Hive would do. And she totally rejects the Hive way. What is it? The sword logic, I guess is what they're talking about there. She totally rejects the Hive. Just kind of makes fun of it or belittles their whole existence when she crushes and banishes the Xivu from her throne world.
But it's not even that, though. It's the fact that she actually was stronger than Xivu.
Yeah, she had the time. She could do it.
Then she was like, no, I don't need this. And then she was just like, I mean, it was just beautiful. I loved it.
See,
I completely agree.
I have to blame Des Raven here because I was talking to him in my last episode of Destiny Help Desk about lore that he thought he was convinced that Eris was going to grow so powerful that we couldn't control her anymore, and she was going to, the dark feature, right? That lore part. That he thought that's the path we were going down, and I did too. To be honest, I thought I thought next season was going to be how do we control Eris? How do we get Eris back to normal? I thought that was going to be next season, but that was a twist. Good on you, Bungie.
See, the thing is, though, is I'm glad they didn't do that Because if that were the situation where it's like, how do we control Eris? That would be just, people would be bitching about that because they'd be like that's just, it's busy work.
Yeah, that's,
it's not progressing the story at all. It's just something to do. I mean, so I'm glad they didn't do that, honestly.
But to summarize, I did like the story. It was a fun season to play. It was a fun storyline. But here's my question. Now that we have gone through all this, what is season 23 going to be about? Where do we go from here? I mean, we're not going up against the Witness yet. So what do we do between now and the Witness? What do you guys think? What do you guys think's coming? Is it going to be like, one of the completion books again? Like, get all these, reminisce and go back and do all these things and complete the book to get this really cool armor or something? Or I'm just trying to figure out where that puts us. Seems like there's a gap here.
I'm going to let one of you guys go first so I can have some time to think about this one.
Sorry, I know he sprung it on you guys. I mean, because think about it.
I'll go first.
Okay.
So no, I don't think it's going to be a completion book and shit like that. No.
Okay.
I have a feeling it's going to be Zavala and Ikora going, you know what? We're going to fucking take it to the hive.
Really?
And we're going to knock out Xivu. Like, that's our mission.
So you think it's Xivu?
Yeah, I think it's Xivu. I think it's going to be us, and we're going to try to take out Xivu Arath to weaken the Witness.
Okay, that makes sense.
It seems to make sense.
That would be a hell of fun. Let me tell you. And I get to finally see what Xivu Arath looks like.
Yeah.
What do you think she looks like?
And I'm
just curious.
And, I mean, what I'd honestly like to see, now this would be controversial as fuck, but what I'd like to see is to have the raid or the dungeon that comes out next season not launch until the end of the story.
That would make sense, because then we could put Xivu in it.
Exactly.
I like that. I think we talked about that a long time ago. We thought Xivu would be in one of the dungeons, right?
Yeah.
One of us talked about it. I can't remember who, but
yeah,
we throw so much shit against the wall. At least I do. And
I do remember you guys talking about it. I remember you guys specifically saying that it would suck.
It's going to be a new dungeon, so that would make sense, right?
Oh, 100%. 100%. For some reason, I've been thinking about it almost this entire show. For some reason, I don't know if I'm, going brain dead or something here, but I feel like I can remember after completing the story, someone saying that we have to now deal with the Witness, and we're going to deal with the Witness before we deal with Xivu.
Really?
I don't know. I can't remember who said it. But I feel like I can remember somebody saying something along those lines about now we have to deal with the Witness. So what I think, if I'm remembering that correctly, then what I think would happen is after we take down the Witness and, become the saviors of the light, I think then Xivu Arath is going to take a big step back and just kind of be like, I'm mortal, and they just killed the living embodiment of the darkness. Like, I think she's gonna have a big step back and kind of gauge herself and be like, whoa, there's some big heavy hitters on that side.
So kind of posturing of Xivu Arath, but maybe not knock her out. Maybe some playing around with that. Okay. I mean, I asked the question, but I really don't know. I'm really genuinely curious.
I mean, all we can do is speculate right now.
Yeah, I know. And there'll be a short cutscene right before the season starts, probably. It's the way they've been doing it lately. They don't give us really any heads up of what's going on, which I like. I got to admit, I really like the fact that they don't tell us what the whole season's going to be about 2 weeks before the season starts,
Oh, me too.
Terrible doing that.
I'm loving it. I love being surprised. I love having something brand new to dive in and discover for the first time. Which is part of the reason I'm so excited for the final shape,
Mm-hmm. It could be a fleeing moment where we start messing with the Witness and maybe she flees to some other place, and that's where we follow her into the final shape. Because remember, the final shape's only going to be what they say, 8 missions, and then it rolls right into the first episode?
The raid.
And then opens up the world.
Yes. Well, then it's one more mission after that.
Right. Okay. I don't know, man. I'm getting excited.
I got a thought. I mean, I don't know how popular it would be, But what if we fought Zivu in the dungeon, and the dungeon was basically like a repurposed version of the Dreadnought from King's Fall?
It's still there, right? Technically, right?
Well, no. I don't mean that. I just mean like they take the assets of the Dreadnought and they put it on there, and then basically it's us traveling through like a Dreadnought from Destiny 1 kind of thing. And instead of like in that big room where Oryx was, it'll be Zivu.
That's a lot of assets, man, for just a season. That'd be great. I'd love to see that.
That would be amazing. I think that would be the best season I'd played so far.
Absolutely. Dude, the Dreadnought, I spent so much time at the Dreadnought back in those days, but that's a huge place, man. Maybe an abbreviated form of it, maybe. Dude, I mean, for once, I don't really know what to say here. I don't really know what we're going to be doing. I think I'll just leave it at that.
You don't have any idea?
I mean, I could see Zivu. I could see us, chasing her down now that she's mortal. That makes sense. That would be the obvious choice, right? So, see, one of the names of the episodes is called Heretic. That reminds me of someone like a Savathun. Or, because if you look, it's a hive-based episode. So I wonder if we're going to deal with Savathun in one of the episodes to tie that knot in a bow,
You are way off with this, man.
The third and last episode next year. It's called Heretic.
Why? We're talking about next season.
I know, but I'm thinking out loud here.
Let's let him get spicy here. Let's let him get creative. See where he's going with this.
That's the problem, though. He gets creative, and then he's just like, yeah, and then G.I. Joe's gonna come out, and
Barney the dinosaur is back, folks. And
he's like the villain, like
in the final mission of the final shape. Tupi and Vinu take out the witness.
Yeah, exactly. And then we cornered the witness, and then we take off the witness's mask, and it's Scrappy Doo. And
oh my god,
I'm actually leaning toward it being a completionist.
Oh man,
I think it's going to be a nostalgia take. Because think about it, you got the Christmas episode, the Christmas event coming around that time. I'm thinking they're just going to give us it's going to be like a completionist type book or something like that. And there's going to be probably some petty little storylines that they'll throw in there just for space. I don't think it's going to be Zivu. I think it's going to be some kind of nostalgia take. We'll see. I was just curious. That was not scripted. I just was curious. Honestly, I didn't know what the next season would bring, since this season seemed to be so final.
I mean, what if it's both? What if it's Zivu and the completionist piece? Because you figure that Bungie is putting forth all this effort to bring a lot of people back into the game.
Makes sense.
So what better to do than to say, hey, for all you coming back, here's all this seasonal stuff and what you can do, and get caught up on the story now and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Could be a catch up season. That makes sense too. Yeah.
Yeah. But they can't piss off the fan base that they currently have either. So they got to do something, which was, to me, it has to be Zivu.
It makes sense, Hazel. It does. I'm listening to some of the people in the community say there's no way they're going to put Zivu in a season. They would have to put the people that say
that are just so aloof because, because we beat a worm god.
Yeah, I remember that strike.
In a it wasn't even a strike. It was a campaign mission, just like a one-off campaign mission. It wasn't even like the big boss of the campaign either.
It wasn't. Yeah, that's true. That was on Mars. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, exactly. So,
yeah, it's possible.
So anybody that says that is and besides, Zivu's mortal now, so why not put her in a dungeon?
That might be the difference right there. The fact that she is mortal. And she can't she can't pull a damn Savathun and disappear on her ass, Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, good talk, guys. I was just curious. I genuinely was. I wasn't trying to stir any shit. I just got to thinking today when I was working. I was like, man, but where does that take us from here? How do we tie this? How's the season tie us in to the final shape? which is the final thing of Destiny Light and Dark, you know? Anyway, good talk. We have another hot take, or a little bit of, you wanted some spice, Smiter? We got some spice coming up, man, right after this.
This is Danger Powers, and you're listening to Guardian Downcast.
All right. Hey, before we go on to our questions for the show, which I'm looking forward to, we got a lot of good stuff. We want to do a topic of the week before we head out here. And I have a topic of the week, but also Smiter brought one with him. So I'm giving you the talking stick, sir. What's your topic of the week?
All right, Gator. Don't get too excited here. Mm-hmm. But I want to talk a bit about the new player experience.
Okay.
I want to talk about what it's like starting in Destiny 2 and what Bungie is somewhat doing wrong with their the changes they're making to the game.
Okay.
I think Bungie, this is my hot take actually, I think Bungie needs to stop catering to new players. I think they have to stop targeting. Whoa. Yeah. I think, and that's coming from a new player. Like I said, I've only started playing the game late May, early June.
Okay.
And, you know, Bungie does, like, with Destiny, they do what they do very well. They do the raids, they gotta go big or go home. They have to stop trying to do all this little stuff to get new people involved. If new people want to get involved and they're really dedicated and are going to continue to play the game, they have resources to go look at. I know because I used those resources. And if they're being brought into the game by someone else, that person bringing them in is going to help them through it. But they should really be targeting their current players or returning players, I find.
Okay. That's a good take.
That's my hot take.
That's a lot of fertilized soil for us to dip into. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
go ahead.
Okay. Well, I've got a question. Mm-hmm. I've got a follow up here. Huh? So how long after a break does a returning player become a new player?
That's a good question.
For me, I don't entirely know because I've never taken a break. I, just started the game. Mm-hmm. But based on what I do know about the game and like the research I've done, I would say after about a year, I think
they become a new player again.
I think a year, maybe 2, they become a new player because I've been playing for several months, several seasons now, and there hasn't been a whole lot of change to the interface or how things work. It's still, like, deep in its roots is the same game. Mm-hmm. And a returning player can get back into that and pick up where they left off relatively quickly. I think these new players, such as myself, if they're going to stay with the game and this is something that they are genuinely interested in, they're going to take the time to stay with the game. They need to stop trying to grasp all these new people and just focus on keeping the ones that they have. They have enough players to maintain their game and have it progress into an amazing game.
That has crossed my mind several times. Even when I make episodes for my Destiny Help Desk, because that's what that podcast is based on, is helping the new and returning player. And I had a discussion with Dan Finity and John the Bounty Hunter about this. And Dan, of course, he's a veteran like Hazel and I. He's been here since the beginning. But John the Bounty Hunter was not. He was like you. He just started a year ago. And he told me that if he did not have his friend Rasa Ghul helping him get through the game, he would have just given up and left. So that's the reason why I like to still try to help the new and returning player in Destiny. I feel like there's a mission there, and I'm a little passionate about it. But you're right. Bungie could very well do that, and they may be passively doing that. They may be indirectly discouraging the players who don't want to be handheld, or, that want to be handheld through the entire process. I mean, I jumped into Starfield. There was nothing to onboard me at all. Last time I played a Bethesda game was Fallout 4, dude. You know how long ago that was? So I got in there. I couldn't even move my ship because I didn't know how to power it up, the grav drive. Now I do, but I went because I wanted to play the game. I went like you did. I went to YouTube. I went to these online resources, and Destiny is loaded with them. There's some online resources that are fantastic to help new and returning players get in this game. But here's the problem.
Are they from Bungie or?
No, they're from third parties.
Yeah, so that's the problem to me.
Okay. You want to expand on that, or? I'm trying to keep it open for everyone to talk here. I don't want to dominate.
Yeah, I'm very interested in what Hazel has to say about this, because to me, Bungie not posting their tutorials is exactly what I'm talking about. You know, Todd. I keep calling you Todd, but I should just be calling
me
Gator.
Todd. That's fine.
Gator. He makes new player videos.
Mm-hmm.
That's a source that can be used, and oftentimes those types of sources will be more helpful than what the gaming company or the producers actually put out.
That's why I do them, because they're suck.
True.
They're suck.
True. But in how my mind works is when I look up something, I go to the game manufacturer first to see what they show.
Really?
Because, yeah, I do. Because, like, Gator, your playstyle does not match my playstyle.
Agreed.
So, like, if I don't know anything about a game and I'm watching somebody's playstyle and they're like telling me like, oh, well, you know, here's a nice glimmer farm and here's this for you and things like this. It's like, well, I mean, that's fine and well, but you know, how do I play the game? And then like, if you're just showing like Warlock stuff or something like that, then it's even less beneficial to me, because what if I don't pick that?
Well, I mean, hey, I wish I could put a video out for every aspect of the game. I just don't have the time. I find what I remember needing help with.
Gator, I'm not talking about just you, man. I'm just saying that in general, like, to me, that's Bungie's responsibility, that they should be putting out videos about like the basics of, hey, you know, this is how you Titan. This is how you Warlock. This is how you Hunter. It's not on the community, basically.
Yeah, right. You know who did a very good job of this was Battlefield. If you go to Battlefield's main menu, you never played Battlefield before.
Does anybody play Battlefield anymore?
Isn't the
company with that?
I used to be very big into it. Yeah,
I used to play a ton of it. But the thing they would do, and they finally started doing this at their opening menu of the game, they had other content creators' videos pinned in there, like, what does an engineer do? Boom. You click on it and it goes to a very popular YouTuber that does a lot of stuff for them. Why can't
Smiter, what were you going to say though?
I was going to say, I completely understand where you're coming from. And, I don't think Bungie needs to be telling you how to play the role. I think they can tell you how the typical like role goes and how, you know, Titans are normally, you know, you go in and punch everything, and Hunters are the nimble, and just give like a brief, maybe stereotypical explanation of each class. But other than that, and like you're saying about the videos and how maybe that doesn't match your playstyle, that comes with time. Playstyle always comes with time. Everyone will play a game a different way. Not a single person. For example, I know you guys were talking about Elden Ring last week. I don't know. I haven't spoken to a single person who has played Elden Ring the same way I have. You know, there's so many ways of doing different things that everyone can have their own way, and it might just be like a fragment or aspect different, but it still would make a big difference in how you play. And that, like I said, that all comes with time. And I find that if you're getting into this game and you want to get into this game, you know you're signing up for a big commitment. This game is a commitment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll give you a case in point. Starfield. They don't tell you anything about it. There's not even a tutorial or anything at the beginning of the game. You literally jump in and there's no explanation. But you know what I did do? And it creates opportunities for all these content creators to fill in that void. I looked up True Vanguard. He's doing videos on it now. I looked up Buzz Lightyear, a bunch of these people who put out videos for just Starfield on air. And it's not like, here's how to play everything in Starfield. It's like, hey, here's how to farm money. Here's how to quickly rank up. Here's how to become a better so-and-so. and you just pick and choose what you're interested in knowing about, and you go from there. That's where we come in as content creators for Destiny. It's not all inclusive. We're not making the guide, but you can pick and choose what you want to know. If you want to know how to farm Glimmer without having to wait on public events, then I'm giving you an option or a way that I discovered that works. And if it's not your style, it's not your style. But I've had a ton of people reach out that love those videos, man.
Yeah. But I'm just saying though that, I mean, to me, how many people do I have to watch to get somebody that I like and that kind of thing? It's like, so that's the reason why I'm like, I just feel that Bungie should do hey, this is the basics of Titaning. Mm-hmm. And then who a Titan is at its core, because I mean, let's face it, most Titans all play the kind of similar way.
This is true. But you also have to notice how you said similar.
Well, but there's a groundwork for it. The identity of a Titan is revolving typically around the melee.
Yes.
And none of the other classes really are about that. It's each one has their own niche. And it's just, to me, you hit that bare bones. And then what Bungie could do is, hey, for Titans, if you want to see more specifics about Titaning, here's Native Raider, here's this person, here's this person, this kind of thing. So, I mean, that's just so that way it's sort of like an introduction. It's not just, you're not gambling okay, well, I'm going to play Hunter and, I'm going to watch a Warlock for, 45 minutes to see how they play.
Yeah, you would watch Hunter.
I think more what I'm trying to get at though is instead of focusing on, the different play styles and stuff is more, no, I'm not saying they should give up. What I'm saying is the game itself should completely, I think where it's at right now is more than good enough for a new player. And they've overreached what they need to do for these new players, and they should focus on keeping players. There's plenty of players that are still playing the game and enjoying it, but rather than focusing on creating, for example, they just came out with a new story thing where you can play through a mission of each story, and
I did that, by the way.
I did as well. It was okay. I didn't love it, didn't hate it, but at the same time, they don't need that. They can read. They can, if they want to know about the story. There's so many things out there to find out about the story. What's needed is new content for returning and veteran players. There needs to be new stuff for the people. They need to focus on keeping people rather than getting new people. As soon as they start absolutely killing it with the people they currently have, they'll start talking, and that their talk will bring in new players.
I think Bungie knows exactly what they need to do. Bungie is all data driven. They make responses based on data that they collect, and they collect a ton of it on us. And if they're losing established players, they see that they're having a decay rate that's faster than new members coming in and learning the game. And then they're probably looking at how long can we keep a player before they finally give up and just get confused. They probably have data on every point. And the only way I'll disagree with you there is because every game has a decay rate, and they have to at least put some effort in getting a future Guardian into their game. And we're to the point that where you're at, where you want to know everything about the game, and you're in, and they know when they got you. They know when they look at your logins, they look at your time, they know when you're in, and then they don't have to focus on you as much anymore. But I think they're always moving the target, to be honest. I think they look at their data every month or every quarter and make adjustments as needed. But apparently not a lot of games have very good onboarding. There's some out there that do, but apparently this is a problem with a lot of studios out there, is they're not very good at onboarding new players to their game. And Destiny's just one of many.
But yeah. Well, I mean, what Smiter's saying is that it's good enough and that kind of thing. So, I mean, in my mind, though, like, the reason why they keep tweaking it, though, is because they see the data.
Yep.
And they have enough new players joining this game, seemingly, that it's for them. And that amazes me. I mean, I don't know. I just never thought that I don't know if there's like that many new damn people joining this shit.
You'd be surprised.
Well, see, this is where I'm going to go back to what I was talking about way earlier in the show, when I talked about my friend from work who's playing with only the sword, glaive, and bow. I had to talk him into using the bow too. It's the funniest thing watching him run up to a champion and then just get stomped.
Jeez.
That's great.
So, for example, we made a deal. I wanted him to play Destiny with me, and he's a big League of Legends player. Mm-hmm. So he said, once I hit level 20, he'll play some Destiny. He's not going to make this full commitment. But Bungie is going to see that as a new player that's signed up, and they're going to target that, even though he's not going to play it. He knows he's not going to play it. He's tried to play other games, but he always goes back to League of Legends because that's his game. It's just what he does. So he doesn't plan on putting many hours in. And I know this guy, and I know he's not going to put countless hours in and be a long-term player. So they're looking at that, but that's what they see on the data. They don't have the context, and there's variables not being taken into.
Of course.
Yeah, it's always a problem. Data is only one dimension.
Well, I mean, the data only shows you,
there's no context.
What you're looking for.
Exactly. Yeah.
I agree. So I just can't figure out why target someone like that, which I know not everyone's going to be like my friend playing like a bit of a dumbass. But the data that only shows one side of the story. Yeah. So focus on the data that shows the full story. So focus on the data that shows these players are here to play.
I'm trying to make sure I understand what you're saying here. So you're saying that Bungie needs to quit casualifying the game and target more of your hardcore players in the game and just leave it at that? Is that what you mean by 100%.
That? 100%. I absolutely. Yep.
See, the problem with Bungie is, Destiny appeals to so many different types of players. There's people who play once a month. There's people who play every hour. I mean, we've got people in our community that are just blowing it away, man. But the one thing I will say is, I have to go back to the fact that what John told me is that if he didn't have a friend of his stepping him and telling him what he needed to do, or even producing a goal like your friend did, reach level 20, then John said he would have given up. He says, I just lost. I was lost. I was getting so frustrated that I just wanted to go play something else. And that's what Bungie's got to be worried about. So I think they still need to appeal to, at least in some part, they still need to appeal to the newer player, because there is decay in this game. There's Guardians out there that have been playing as long as Hazel and I have that haven't touched this game in years.
But the thing is, though, is that decay is, some of Bungie's own doing.
I didn't say it wasn't.
The servers being shit, for some of this season.
Yeah.
Think
of all the Crucible players that are just gone.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I think that's what they've exactly done in the Crucible. I think they've realized that the Crucible players are there, that the hardcore players are never going to go anywhere. And so let's just start appealing to them. Maybe they're doing that, Smiter, in Crucible, but maybe in PvE, that's their bread and butter.
Which I believe it was you, Gator, who said that they should focus on PvE. That is
I think they should. They got Marathon coming around the corner. That's where all your hardcores are going to go anyway. As soon as it comes out, they'll disappear from Destiny at least 50%.
I don't understand how you can say that, though, because nothing is like Destiny. There's nothing like it. And extraction shooters are not for everyone.
True. But the thing that is going to be the same as Destiny is that gun feel, is that patented feel of that no one else can duplicate.
But it's still an extraction shooter. If you die, you lose all your shit.
True.
And then you're starting all over, and it's not a good feeling.
I agree. I understand that. But apparently Bungie has it figured out. They know the psyche of the PvP player. They wouldn't be investing so much time and money in this if they didn't think it was going to work. We'll see. I still think it's coming in 2024, but I've had people say 2025. I don't know.
If you think about it in the way that, I don't even know how to word this, to be honest with you. I think right now, which I know Bungie is spread too thin. And with that, they can't afford to focus on everything. They can't afford to focus on the new player. Right now, they're spread thin. They're making, some good stuff. They're making good stuff. They could, put all their content together and make something amazing for a veteran player. Something unbelievable. And that gives new players something to strive for. That gives some people a goal to get to. And that'll bring in people to play the game.
I don't think. Yeah. Go ahead, Hazel.
No, I just said, yeah, dude, I hear you. And
I do too.
I mean, trust me, if it were me saying this, Gator would have a whole lot more issue with it. But I mean, dude, you're speaking exactly my language. I mean, I understand it, but I just think that Bungie sees the numbers and that's the reason why they're focused on the new player stuff.
I wish I knew the numbers of new players because my whole channel's based on that. And if the new players dry up, then my views go down. My channel dries up. I have to switch to something else. There's plenty to talk about in Destiny.
Move on.
I'm not worried about that.
So, dude, I mean, but this isn't.
Don't worry, Gator. I'll watch
channel,
videos.
Man.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm making a point. Don't get all on me, okay? I'm just making a point.
Okay,
my channel is based on the new player experience.
I'm aware.
So, I mean, you act like I'm trying to plug my show or my YouTube channel. I'm not. I'm just saying.
I'm just trying to say, usher you along.
But here's the thing.
Point.
Here's the thing, though, Hazel, is Bungie doesn't have to worry about the new player. You know why? They have all these people that'll do it for free for views on YouTube.
That's exactly my point as well, which is why they don't have to worry about it. They should focus on making something amazing that everyone can do rather than just some, mediocre tutorial that lasts 2 hours.
Yeah. But like I said, Destiny has all these agents out there that promote the game for them. And I think that's probably the reason why they've just given up on the new player experience and made it as vanilla as it is now. I think that's the main reason they've just probably wiped their hands of it because there's so many people that have the information out there on the interwebs. And that's where a lot of people go if they want to learn more about the game. That's what John told me. He went to YouTube like a lot of people do. So, or watch Twitch streams. There's tons of things out there. So
I think if they still want to target the new player and that's still what their goal is, they should make a vanilla story that comes with the free to play game. That's a few hours of gameplay. You get loot, you get your light level up, you get just some story, even if it is just on the Cosmodrome or EDZ. Maybe make it go back and forth. You have to recover some stuff that was left on Earth during the collapse or something.
Wait a minute. You mean you don't want a fetch quest where you just go play Crucible, 3 games of Crucible?
Oh,
don't you love
God,
that?
no.
Give me a reason to do it. Why am I doing it, Bungie? Why am I doing it? Why do you want me to play Crucible? Is there something about Shaxx we should know? But no, they don't tell you that. They just say, hey, if you want to open up the map, got to go play Crucible now.
Yeah, so they should just release a story. If they want to intrigue new players and they want new players to stick around, give them something they can do. I think you just give them something, even if it is some half-assed story. Dude, give them a taste. You're
preaching the choir here. I'm with you on that.
I know.
But I just don't think they're going to spend the money on it. I don't. Yeah. Hey, man, good topic.
Oh, I agree.
It's a good topic. Anything more to add, Hazel? Anything else? Anybody want to add before we move on?
No.
I mean, that's a worthy topic, man. It is.
I think I spoke my piece. I kept that topic all built up. Didn't talk about it to anyone, so I could get it all out on the show.
I'm glad you brought it up. I mean, it's always a good point to talk about that in Destiny. So.
Hey everyone, this is Kingsley Mack from the Guardian Hub podcast, and when I'm not raiding, this is one of the top podcasts I love to listen to, Guardian Downcast.
But I have another topic, and it's a little more closer to home. It's not so much about the new player. It's about more established players like us. Mr. Paul Tassi of Forbes magazine, check him out, by the way, he has a YouTube channel as well. He posted a tweet saying that, well, in a nutshell, the weapon crafting that's been brought into this game is ruining the game. And that's a hill he's going to die on. I'm paraphrasing, of course. The tweet is, and we'll link the tweet in our description. But, what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of this hot take?
I think it's kind of ridiculous. I don't think weapon crafting has ruined anything in this game. I think it does what it's intended to do, and it does it well. Yeah, we had the big glitch where it made PvP unplayable, but that wasn't as intended, you know? Like, if that's how it was intended, I would have a completely different stance. But that's not what it's meant for. It's meant so you can, I believe Frostbite was even talking about this, so you can have a safety net. You can have a decent rolled weapon that you want. Yep. That's, you know, it's, I don't think you can make it much more simple than that. You know, you can get the perks you want without having to do a million strikes or whatever.
Yeah. Hazel, what's your take on this, man?
I think he's 100% correct.
Really? You're just trying to piss me off, aren't you?
No,
You're on his
serious.
side?
Yeah, I am.
Weapon crafting?
I think weapon crafting
wow,
is
okay.
the worst thing to come to this game in I don't know how long. Now, I get why it's in the game, you know, because it's mind-numbingly, you know, dull to go ahead and try to play the game for hours on end trying to get a god roll, you know, whatever. And then we just end up going like, it's good enough. But, you know, that's the easy button. It's like everything in this fucking game is just casualized now. It's like all I need to do is just like buy my weapon from Xur. If I get lucky enough to get some, great. But then I can go ahead and just slot in my harmonic resonance and then poof, it's a red border.
Right.
And then poof, I just make my own gun. Oh, wait, you know what? I'm sitting on 250,000 glimmer. Let me go ahead and just buy my ranks.
Yeah.
Poof. And it's like, I mean, why bother? Like, I mean, what's the purpose? Like, what's the point?
Who's this for?
Well, I think he uses, enhancement cores too with the glimmer, I think too, at some point when you get to a certain level. But yeah, I mean,
sure,
I'm really surprised they did that. I'm surprised they did that, honestly, because
that's the thing though, is it takes away the grind altogether.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I wasn't opposed to it because I got a ton of guns I want to craft. And I think the reason they did that is because they didn't want people just hanging out in the throwaway and just putting a macro on their keyboard and just sitting there and passively farming stuff. I mean, isn't it kind of the same thing anyway? Player's not really playing. He's just sitting in a throwaway, you know.
At least they're interacting with the game,
I guess, if you call that interacting, but
yeah,
but not everybody does that. I mean, I've never done that for my crafted
I haven't either. I'll usually go to Throne World, and there are certain places that have enemies that just keep reproducing.
I think it's a very small percentage of people that do that.
It's the grinders, man. I mean, the grinders are the ones who do that kind of stuff, the passive farming and stuff like that. But here's the thing. I think weapon crafting is just fine for the game because what it does is it appeals to the player who doesn't want to play the game all based on RNG.
Oh, yep, exactly. You are 100% correct.
It
appeals to the player that doesn't play the game, that doesn't want to play the game.
No, that doesn't play the game. No,
you are correct.
It's designed, and the thing I love about weapon crafting, and the reason I really wanted it well before they even had it, we talked about it on our show long, long ago, is the fact that I like this gun. I want to make this gun mine. I want to put the perks that I like that appeal to my play style, and enhanced perks even better. It costs a lot to do it. It's not like you can, I mean, it's very expensive to craft a gun with all the enhanced perks at least. And you have to initially craft it too before you can get all the better stuff on it. So it's expensive to do. It's not exactly a push button. You're done, one and done. You have to play a lot of activities to get those ascendant alloys, to get those golf balls. So to me, I think it's a great addition to the game because it appeals to two different kinds of players. You have the player like me who doesn't have the time he used to anymore to play the game. But I want to craft a weapon. I want to have a goal when I log in every day. I have something I can do. I feel like I've got something done at the end of the day. So my goal will be, okay, my Amit, I want to get it to level 10 by the end of the day or by my end of my play session here. That gives me something to do. It gives me a goal. Or if you're the player who plays all the time and just wants that excitement of getting that god roll, it's available too. You can get an Amit with a god roll that just drops in the world. It happens. I mean, there's world drops out there that you can't craft anyway. So to me, they're appealing to both sides of the equation here. I don't think it's doing any harm to the game. In fact, if anything, it's appealing to that kind of player who wants to know what they need to do to get what they want. They want to be able to log in, have a goal of what they want to do to complete and feel like they did something when they log out versus the player who plays 5 hours of GMs and never gets that god roll adept weapon that they want.
Virtually, I mean, very few. Like if you play the GM at least twice, you're probably getting a god roll.
I'm using that as an example. All right. Okay. Raids. They raid for 5 hours and they keep doing raids, even though they've already gotten the gear for the week. They still are hoping that they'll get that god roll and this is another hot button topic with me. And this goes back to, and this ties in with our question of the month where Moose said that he thinks his hot take was, the raid's just all about getting those red bars and then crafting the weapon they want to be done with it. He doesn't like that. He wants to go into the raid and look for that god roll to drop for him RNG wise. Whereas I'm like, listen, I run 2 raids a week maximum. I want to be able to get that red bar and know that I'm making progress toward getting the gun I want. That is a raid weapon. But here's the thing. They put a cap on the spoils of conquest that you have to pull a red bar at the end of each raid. They put a cap on that stuff. You can only hold 20. And guess what? It takes like 18 to get the weapon. So basically you have to grind anyway if you want to get the red bar that way. So my point is there still is grind, Moose, when you talk about these red borders and the raids. You still have to grind to get spoils of conquest. And the only place you can get those is playing the raids and opening chests. So I think, in my opinion, I think they're appealing to both sides of the equation here. And I think they're doing just fine with it. I like to craft weapons. I don't have everything crafted. I'm far from it. But the weapons I do like that I want to make my own, I have that option to have a goal each time I log in to play.
I want to meet someone that doesn't like something that says that it's working just fine. Everybody that ever says, hey, you know what? It's working just fine. They always like whatever it is. I'm just saying. So to me, I mean, again, it's, you say that you can just, you log in, you can dedicate your time to doing it and stuff like this. And I'm just letting you know that they've drastically reduced the time that it's taken to.
I don't deny that. And you can just buy it if you want. But I prefer not to.
But see, that's you, Gator.
But you have the option, Hazel.
People are creatures of habit, and people are going to take the path of least resistance 99 times out of 100.
Maybe.
And what they're going to do is they are going to be well more inclined to just buying their ranks, slotting in a, harmonic resonance for whatever they want. And then, a deep sight harmonizer.
Right. To get the red bar.
To get the red border. And then they're going to go ahead and, do whatever but I mean, I think that to me, now the weapons I've crafted, just to be brutally honest here, I really don't even use them. Like how you say, like they're fine.
I try to I almost every time if they're craftable, I'm using them.
I find my random drop weapons, I use the ones that I have good rolls on. I just use what works for my build. If a crafted weapon that I have crafted works for my builds, then I'm going to use it. It all depends, because some weapons that you craft, the perks you put on aren't going to work with what you're trying to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you switch to random, like to RNG.
Sure.
But if you can craft something that works with your build,
It's a fallback.
why not?
It's a fallback in case you don't get the random roll.
Exactly.
I guarantee if they didn't have
agree.
crafting, people would complain that the rolls are too crazy and that they need to simplify the random roll process because they're running. We hear this all the time. I ran 25 raids today, never got the roll I wanted. That's exaggerating, but you get my point.
So what?
That's impressive. 25 raids in one day.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
What raid are we talking here?
All right. I ran 10 raids today.
Shit happens.
That's 20 hours of gameplay, pretty much.
I mean, shit happens.
But see, you're a different player than I am, Hazel.
Sometimes good enough is enough. You know? Like, I mean, and that's the thing is, I mean, to me, it's about your priorities. I know I mentioned this before about priorities, but if your priority is to get a god roll, whatever, then, and you don't have limited time, like how you were saying that, Gator, then, you know, then you have to dedicate yourself to that. Because if you don't, then you're just going to be unfulfilled in the game.
Here, I'll give you an example, Hazel. Maybe I can.
No,
I'm following what you're saying. The shotgun for the Ron raid, still haven't gotten it. Double-digit runs, still haven't gotten it. But you know what? I just gave up. I don't care anymore. I don't care if I get the shotgun or not. So what I'm saying is with a crafted weapon, you have that fallback. And I'll go back to what Smiter said earlier in his argument on the other story, is that he still has not found a person that plays the way he plays. There's so many different ways to play this game, Hazel. And the way you decide to play is not the way I decide to play. But that's a good thing, man. We have options on how we want to play the game. I want a more direct path. That's me. That's the kind of player I am. I want a direct path. Tell me what I need to do to get the thing I want to get. You are a little different. You like rolling the dice, right?
Well, no, for me, it's that, I mean, really, I mean, the weapons I use, again, I don't really use crafted weapons because, like, I know what I like and what I use. So, like, right now I'm running with a rose, a funnel web that I got from fucking Witch Queen even. And, I mean, a cataclysmic.
Right.
So, I mean, and none of that shit is crafted. So, I mean, I've got crafted weapons, but I just don't like them. I don't use them that way.
Maybe the problem is what Ascendant Nomad said to that tweet, who replied to that tweet, and says, I got an even hotter take. 99% of the weapons in this game don't matter. Maybe that's the problem.
Absolutely. They don't matter. I mean, you know, Bungie's doing their part. I mean, they're throwing in, you know, like, you know, origin perks and things like this, but how many of those are worth a damn anyway?
I've yet to use any origin any of the raid mods even, because I can get the raids done without them. That's just an example. Not saying perks on a gun, but I don't really care about those origin perks on guns either. They don't really make any difference to me. Yeah, I agree there. I agree.
Can I give you a hot take real quick before Smiter chimes in? I will actively dismantle new weapons that have new perks on them because I don't care to learn how to use the new perk system.
Sometimes that's me too.
That's bold.
Sometimes that's me too. I'll be like, what's this new perk do? If I'm in the air, I get better. Nah, man, I'm good. Dismantle.
Yeah, if I'm juggling like 4 balls in one hand.
Yeah, exactly.
And
what hoop do I got to dance through for this?
And I have to be on, you know, my matching subclass while running an exotic and my legs.
And has to be raining on the world you're on, and yeah,
and 5% increase. I'm just like,
or better yet,
if it takes me longer than 4 seconds to read it, then I'm like, fuck it.
Or better yet, Hazel, a chance that it'll happen. I love that part, man. It has a chance of. I'm looking at those perks on our artifact. A chance of getting. I'm like, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
So,
what were you gonna say, Smiter?
Yeah,
I'm gonna chime in here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put a spin on a classic, well-known term here. Instead of saying, who's this for? I'm gonna say, who's this hurting? You know, who is this hurting in the game? Whose game is this ruining?
Yeah, if you don't like crafted weapons, don't worry about crafting any weapons.
Yeah, if you don't want to craft weapons, don't craft weapons. If you want to craft them, go ahead and get those red borders and craft them.
If you don't want to worry about RNG,
destroying the game.
Don't worry about RNG.
It's not ruining the game. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. You can pretend it's not even in the game. Because someone who has a crafted god roll, you can get the god roll too. You just want to do it your way, and you can. No one's going to stop you from doing it your way. It's just a matter of how you want to play the game. If you hate weapon crafting, just don't do it.
I got an even hotter take. Adept weapons don't mean shit to me.
That is a hot take.
They don't mean shit. They don't mean shit. Maybe in the top 5% of players in Crucible this matters. But if I'm playing with an adept sidearm, the buzzard maybe, in PvE, I don't notice a difference in anything. I can care less about my aim down the sight spot, or if I'm getting 1% more damage on yellow bars or whatever the hell it is, big boss or whatever that adept perk is.
Hey.
I don't care.
Hey.
Adept big ones.
Hey.
Uh-oh, we're getting into GM territory. We're hitting a sensitive nerve here, Smiter.
Hey. They look pretty.
They do look pretty.
See? There you go.
I think of my adept weapons as less of a powerhouse and more of a status symbol almost.
It's a limited edition gun. It's exactly what it is.
Exactly. It's a collector's item.
It's a limited edition Cadillac. That's all it is.
However, I also will say for PvE, I don't notice much of a difference.
Exactly.
I don't, but when it comes to PvP,
yeah,
I tested this because I have an Immortal Adept and I have plenty of regular Immortals.
There's outliers.
And the Immortal Adept is ungodly compared to my regular Immortals.
There's outliers.
And I've gotten the same role, regular Immortal, and I like to the Immortal Adept I have. Mm-hmm. And my Immortal Adept destroys compared to the other one.
I get killed by it all the time. Still.
I don't use it in PvP, don't worry.
But no, I mean, even to this day, I still get killed by that weapon. A lot of people really, really like that weapon. And yeah, that's probably an outlier. Yeah. I don't know.
I like to think of adept weapons as almost a bit of a flex. You know, you'll do a bit more damage. Sure. And to some people, it's worth having that boost in damage. But for the most part, it's a status symbol. You know, it's like, yeah, check it out.
Hey, Smiter, I got over 5 million damage on the raid me and Hazel played the other night using a legendary sword with Whirlwind Blade and, I can't remember what the other perk was. It's one of my swords I got from Season of Arrivals. I just hung on to it because it's a good sword. I love using it and it has some good perks on it.
Yeah.
I didn't need any fancy weapon.
Oh, of course. I only use an adept weapon because I like to have I use my Immortal Adept for PvE primarily, actually.
Yeah. That's definitely an outlier. I get that, man. It definitely gives you a little more, a little more range? Is it
until next season.
They're going to bring it back in
even still, it's the best SMG I have, not because it's an adept. I mean, it definitely helps, but because the rolls it has on it works for my builds, and that's why I use it.
Exactly.
It's just, so if it wasn't an adept weapon, then I still would probably be using it because it's just what works for what I want it to do.
You know what my all-time favorite pulse rifle is? That I still love using in trials to this day? It's the Darkest Before non-adept. I get kills with it just as good as an adept, and that's from year 1 trials. It's a lot of fun to use. I wish I was craftable because that's a gun I love to use, and I would love to make that my gun. But it has crappy rolls on it too. I still get kills with it.
But see, doesn't that make it your gun though?
It's my gun because it's been sunset. You can't get it anymore.
But no, I'm just saying though, doesn't that make it your gun though? When you're using it and you're getting kills with it and you like it and that kind of thing.
Well, and
it doesn't matter if it's crafted or not.
True.
It's your gun because you identify with it.
Yeah. In this case, I don't have the option I don't have that option, so I can't craft it. So, but it has tunnel vision and full auto trigger, which you can get on any gun now, but it still works good for me. So Fuck it, I still use it.
So yeah, so it's your gun more than a crafted weapon would be.
I'm going to say another hot take here, and man, this is really going to buzz people. I could get rid of 98% of all the weapons in my vault right now, and I would be perfectly just fine.
My vault is not even a third of the way full, so can't relate.
I'm 56 of 600, and most of it's weapons. I mean, there's some exotics in there I just got to have for champions and stuff, but 98% of the weapons in my vault right now, if they just disappeared, shit, I'm not going wood. Not throwing it out there in the universe. I'm just saying, if that happened where the witness wipes our vault, I'd be okay.
Witness is gonna, wow. I think that's the more hot take.
I'm just saying, if that something crazy like that happened where we had a hard reset after the witness, that was one of my hot takes from long ago.
I think you saying if the witness wipes our vault, I think that was the bigger hot take.
One of my past hot takes was what happened. What if once we beat the witness, we kill her or she escapes to another realm and then totally wipes our system where we have to start from scratch again, like we did in the first part of Destiny 2.
So Destiny 3.
I guess. I don't know. Destiny Online. I mean, it could be, I don't care what they call it, but
I'm pretty sure they confirmed that wasn't happening though, right?
that was my what if though, is what if the witness, what if the witness wins and not only does she escape and we don't kill her, but she also, I don't know, does a Thanos on us, snaps and everything disappears. We're back to skin and bones and a raggedy piece of armor and a pistol that's been damaged like Destiny 2. Beginning. Just saying. If that happened, I'd be fine.
The only reason I wouldn't complain about that is if it was an entirely new game. That's realistically for me, that's the only thing that could make up for it. I don't want to have to go earn everything I just lost again.
Well, as Hazel would say, if I have to earn all the stuff that I already had, I'm out. And I would probably agree with him there. If it's not new weapons and new armor, then I don't know.
Which, if they get rid of everything that we have, it would have to be a new game. Like, I don't see how they could. No, because we just played that entire game.
Hazel's patiently biting his tongue right now.
I'll let you go ahead, Hazel.
Because we've been down this road so many times, and he's probably tired of hearing about it. But
no, it's just, I mean, Bungie they painted themselves into a corner. I mean, they really did. I mean, not the, okay, so you're giving hot takes? I'll give a hot take too. Okay. All right. Activision was right.
I'm too much of a new player for that.
Wait. Activision was right. Can you remind us what that is?
So Activision had a vision where basically roughly every 3 years, a new Destiny game should come out.
Call of Duty, that model's been working forever.
I mean, but yeah, that's my hot take. And I mean, honestly, if they would have done that, we wouldn't be talking about weapons being an issue and 99% of them being useless and 96% of Gator's vault and my vault, it being, reset. Like I could lose it tomorrow and be okay.
Yeah. I mean, whatever we earned in Modern Warfare 2, when we went to Advanced Warfare or whatever the next one was, Black Ops 2 or 3 or whatever.
It meant nothing.
It meant nothing because the old guns, you forgot about them because it's all about the new game now. It's all about the new maps and the new theme. And yeah, maybe you got a point. But this is a collection
that's why I
game,
said
though.
that. No, it became a collection game when Bungie stretched it beyond 3 years.
Yeah.
So when they did that, they painted themselves into a corner because now people have all of these weapons that, quite frankly, they've paid for. Mm-hmm. And if you tell me that, hey, you know what? We're going to move to Destiny 3 and we're going to lose all of our shit and things like this. Granted, I think that it's an okay thing and it should happen. But I know good and damn well there's a lot of people out there that be really, really pissed off that, hey, I paid, collector's edition price for this weapon. And so I could use it early and now it's just gone. And I mean, now if I want to play it, I have to play Destiny 2.
This is where Rodimus would get upset because you could say the same thing about Destiny 1.
It's just
people
called Destiny.
Get upset.
No more will get upset if you call it Destiny 1.
Okay. Sorry, Elmer.
He'll show you a poster of Destiny.
But the same thing could be said for Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people paid collector's edition prices and whatnot for it.
Not really, no. Actually,
Uh-huh.
not for Destiny, no.
Well, I spent more money just getting started to play Destiny than I did just getting started for Destiny 2.
Really?
I 100% did. Just
That's
getting
not
started
even possible, I don't think.
Wow, how much did you spend on Destiny 1?
Destiny 1 to get all the expansions and stuff was on sale. You know, it was the only option to buy Destiny was $40.
Okay.
But that was the only way you could play Destiny. For Destiny 2, if you just want to try it, and if you just want to play it, you can play it for free.
To try. Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, but then if you are interested in it, and then you actually have to buy the stuff, and then you're looking at like, you know, what, like
it adds up
$150,
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
like that.
But what game isn't like that, though, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
Of course, Call of Duty's like that. As a Call of Duty player, because I do play a bit of COD, you pay to get weapons in those games too. You do have to pay to get weapons. Call of Duty is somewhat of a pay to win. And when a new game comes out, you don't get those weapons anymore. So Call of Duty is borderline the same thing. My weapons from Modern Warfare 2019 don't transfer to Modern Warfare 2.
Fresh start.
My Cold War weapons don't transfer to
Not at all.
Oh,
You have to re-earn them.
the world or the Vanguard game. You know, like you it's the same thing. You know, you invest money. It's you get what you get. You experience it. You have fun. You pay for the time. You know, when you go to a sports game or you go to a concert or something, you know, you buy the ticket. You go to the concert, you have your time there, you experience it, you have your experience with the concert. Then you go home. You're not like, what the hell? Why don't I get more of the concert?
Yeah.
I like to think of it like that.
I get that. I do. But I just know that, I mean, for a lot of people, it would be, you know, sour grapes.
Well,
You
how
know,
was Sunset taken when that happened? People about quit the game. Why am I worried about these weapons when they're not going to be any good?
Yeah, so now there's no sunsetting, and people are still just treating it like, well, what good are these weapons anyway?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, come on, dude. Do you think I really put a lot of thought into what I'm bringing into a Crota raid? I mean, for God's sake, I got 2 auto rifles in my hand. Do you think I'm strategically doing that? No, I just say, okay, auto rifle, bunch of thralls. Let's just get another auto rifle. Yeah. I really don't put too much thought.
Running in there with the sweet business and gnawing hunger, eh?
There you go. No, I don't use.
No, he's not even using the sweet business.
I'm running all the raids I've done have been with a warlock because of wells. Everyone needs wells. But, even on my Titan, I played the whole story with my Titan this season. The only character I played was with my Titan. And it was nice getting all those gauntlets and all those exotics, but I pretty much had the same build every time. It was either a certain build I had for Void or Arc or Stasis. That was it. So, I don't know, man.
How'd that feel, Gator?
I mean, it's like it didn't really matter what I used as long as I had some skill using a gun and knew halfway how to use my abilities. Yeah, I mean,
But was it fun?
I mean, I'm a Titan, dude. I'm going around punching shit. Of course it was fun.
There you go. That's what matters.
Yeah. But you think I was worried about what gun I had? I mean, I got a crap ton of guns. There's guns in here that have been in my vault and I haven't touched in months. You
don't ever occasionally just like, what does this one do? You know, how does this one react?
I do occasionally.
Okay.
Especially if there's a certain burn. I'll look and see what, if it's a solar burn and what kind of solar pulse rifles do I have. I'll look.
Anytime I'm getting like my butt kicked in PvP, I will instantly pull up item manager and I'm like, all right, time to experiment. Let's see what we're getting into today.
Sure. Makes sense.
That's how I found Arbalest in PvP, and I found that I actually liked it and I actually use it in trials now.
It's still a good weapon. Has very, very little flinch.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Hey, good talk. Good talk, guys. I mean, I know we can go down a big rabbit hole on this topic.
Yeah.
But,
I can't wait to see the chat, and I'm sure technical is going to fucking
let's
go
hear
off.
it, guys. Show feedback in our Discord. We love to hear the feedback, man. Even if it's, if you don't agree with us, okay, put it in the show the show feedback channel.
Yeah.
Let us know. We love having a discussion through the week on it. And that's what that Discord's for, is for discourse, right? All right. Well, we got a lot of questions from our community, speaking of, and we need to get to it. Hey, Guardians, would you like to send a question for the show to us? There's 4 ways to do it.
Join our Discord server. There's a link in our show notes. We have all kinds of Guardians here, from new lights to the dedicated hardcore gamers, and you can just lurk and hang out or jump right in and talk with us. It's up to you. There's also a channel labeled Podcast Questions where you can type in your question for the show.
You can email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com, or we also occasionally tweet about our upcoming show and guest, and you can respond there with your question at guardian_d_cast is our Twitter handle.
Finally, you can send us a voicemail with your questions at speakpipe.com/guardiandowncast, and we'll play it live on the show.
Thank you for all you do for our show. And Toddles.
And later, Guardian.
Hey, man. It's in the contract. That's my line.
We'll see about that. Laz?
Oh, no, not Laz again. Our podcast attorney, really? You're going there?
Damn right, man. I pay him just as much as you do. That does sound weird, though. We're both paying him.
Yeah, what the hell? He's double dipping, man. All right, boys and girls, it's that time of our show where we get our questions from, you guys. You guys send our questions in through our Discord, or you send us a SpeakPipe, which is speakpipe.com/GuardianDowncast, or GuardianDowncast.com. You can do it there as well. I'll start first, Hazel. I have a question here for Smiter from Coderson, and this is a SpeakPipe. Here we go.
What's good, gentlemen? Coderson here. It's a beautiful Friday morning. My Bears won last night, 40-20. Woo woo! And I got a question for my main man, Smitty. What's your take on how the final shape's going to pay out? Hashtag Gators share the Werthers. Hashtag no more bounties. Love ya. Bye.
I obviously didn't listen to these before the show. Son of a bitch. Damn it, Goderson. What do you think, Smiter?
Oh, first of all, I love him.
I approve. I approve of that whole thing.
You just lost us, Goderson.
How do I think the final shape is going to play out? I had a feeling that this was going to be asked, and I should have put more thought into it, but I didn't. But I got to be honest, I hate the Kumbaya idea.
So do I.
I hate it so much. What I'm really hoping for is a 12-man raid.
You can see it, can't you? You can see it.
I can see it. I'm hoping what I think is going to happen is a 12-man raid. What I hope happens is a 12-man raid. I think they'll do it. And I'm hoping within that raid, we get to see help from, Zavala, Cade, Ikora, and we get to see those three in action together and just kind of see all these super powerful people that we know about, putting their abilities and, just their power on display for us. And I want to see why Saint 14 is known as the greatest Titan ever. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping to see a bit of that, and I'm hoping we beat the Witness and the episodes turn out to be just, a ripple effect. It shows how, the absence of the Witness affects all the other races within the Destiny universe.
Nice.
Okay. That's the only speak pipe I had for Smiter. Do we have some in the Discord, I'm assuming? Just a few?
Just like 20.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's like we're like,
yay, I'm popular.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently.
Yeah. More popular than we are. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, here we go. All right. We're going to go in order here. All right. So, question from Average D2 Player. Question for Smite Me Down on Mighty Smiter. Todd the Gatter or Hazelnut, which one has to delete Destiny 2, never to be played again, and the whole game, I mean, not only an account like they copped out with last show, or you can delete your Destiny 2 and save them both. What are you choosing?
So I did read most of these questions, and this is one this is the one I probably put the most thought into. And I gotta say, I would never play Destiny again. Oh. I'm a new player, and you guys have dedicated a lot more time, a lot more money, and this community you've built. I think you two have done more for the game than I have, and I could.
Shit.
So I would want you two to continue with all the positivity you guys put out there.
Thanks, man. That was nice to say.
Shit.
Now give us your real answer. Never mind.
No, that's, I tried. I was like, I couldn't think. Like, of course, I love the game, but taking away someone else's joy, that's just too much greed for me. I couldn't do that.
Well, good. Maybe that'll get him to quit asking that question every week. Someone finally took the bullet for his Average D2 player. And what else we got, Hazel?
All right. Next question from BLT Jim. Question for the keyboard smiter. What mic do you use? Not for chat, but for your keyboard.
Oh, okay. So the question killed me the first time I read it. This is the question that I had tears running down my face. You know, it made me laugh so hard. The keyboard I use for my chat, believe it or not, is closer to my mouth than my keyboard. I know I have a loud keyboard, but it's the blue snowball.
That's awesome. A little sensitive, is it?
Before I got the pop filter on her, oh, absolutely. It sounded like I was writing to Bungie at any minor inconvenience. Like, it was, it was pretty good.
That's hilarious. Okay.
Hammer. Oh, God.
Yeah. I dipped into some of my old memes. So
I'll post this one in the chat.
Yeah, I can't post the one he posted to me.
Really?
So yeah, we have we have crossed lines.
Oh. Okay. Well, mine's pretty tame. Here we go. Okay. All right.
All right. So next question here.
What am I looking at?
It's called Hammer Time. It's a part of our show. Hammer times it perfectly. He'll send us both really not appropriate for work memes. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Sacrifice this month.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'd be dead.
I think I would be too, looking at that. That's my weakness.
Sorry.
What are we doing?
Questions.
Here, I'll
sorry.
I'll get rid of it.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, that got edited.
Yeah.
So we have here a question from 0 and 47. No Vex Crow. Question for Smiter Man. What happened to Sick Set Saturday? And did you write a speech for those two?
Oh, this is a good one. First of all, I have to apologize to Stormcrow because I came up with that name because Tim checked his raid report and saw that he had 47 clears and he still doesn't have Vex. So I came up with the 047 Novex Crow. 6 at Saturdays, I just started to run out of clothes. It was just going to start turning into repeats. There's only so many outfits I can make with the clothes I have. So I guess I got to go shopping sometime. And speeches, I should have come up with some speeches for those. Maybe, they would have lasted longer and I would have been more willing to buy clothes.
That's awesome.
I remember when you posted that.
Oh yeah. There's only so many clothes a guy has, you know what I mean?
I do laundry, man.
Oh, yeah. I do. But then it's just the same outfits every 4 weeks.
My kids one of them still does. They bring their laundry over and it's like a huge ass basket. It's like a whole day's worth of laundry.
Okay. He also has a follow-up here. It's a question for Smitersaurus. Did you take typing lessons from Beethoven?
Absolutely, I did. You know, I partnered up with the Vex, went back in time, and I showed him my keyboard, saw what he could do with it, came back to my time, and I just started doing it. You know, you gotta get all the tick tock, tick tick tock. You know, it's a melody. You gotta follow it.
You have some keyboard noise when you're in chat with people. So
absolutely. That's what most of these questions are about, actually.
I see. I'm getting it now.
So I take it you are mouse and keyboard then?
No, I'm actually controller. It's just whenever I'm searching something up on one of my monitors and I just need to type, it's noisy.
Yeah. That is glorious. That's even better than you being a mouse and keyboard player.
Oh,
I know.
Okay. I'm going to hit another one here from Hammer Crasher. WF Smiter.
I'm assuming that's supposed to say question 4.
Probably.
Oh, or yeah, probably a Q. Yeah, should be a Q. Yeah. Why are big dogs the best?
I don't know how to explain it. You know, you can actually hug a big dog. You can give a bear hug to a big dog. So if you two don't know, I have for anyone who doesn't know, I have an Irish Wolfhound, and she's one. She's a big girl. She'll look me in the eye when she's on her hind legs, and I love her to death. I love snuggling her. She beats me up from time to time, but you know it's so fun. Just you can hear the ground shake when she's running and stuff. Big dogs, you know, you don't have to worry about stepping on them. I don't like little dogs.
That's hilarious.
I'm actually getting a second Irish Wolfhound next weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm looking forward to that.
2 dogs are good. Keeps each other company when you're out of the house.
Yeah, of course.
That is great. Yeah, we had a neighbor that had an Irish Wolfhound, and it was massive.
They get big. They get really big.
Well, you'd think they're supposed to herd sheep. Sheep are big. Gotta have a big dog to push them around.
They were actually initially bred for hunting wolves.
Oh, even better. Hell yeah.
But my dog, you wouldn't be able to tell that my dog was bred for hunting wolves. She got scared by a squirrel and hid behind me the other day.
Oh my God, seriously?
Yeah, she's a sucker. She's scared of everything.
Oh my gosh.
That's great.
That'd be great to look at.
All right. So we have a question from Heyoka here. And Gator to read out, please.
What? Oh, man. All right, you gotta give me a sec. Gotta get back in the Discord.
Or I can read it in my British accent.
Oh, am I supposed to read it in British? Dude, I can't read anything in British. Yeah, you go ahead.
I've read this question 6 times, and I still don't get it.
I'll try, I guess. Let me see. It's, okay. Wait a minute. It's Oh, that's general. No, it's just episode 20, right? Episode 220?
Yes.
Don't see it. Hold on. Copilot. Rodimus.
Scroll up.
Oh, hey,
You'll see
okay. Oh, our Hazel doing his best Brett voice. Yeah, I'm gonna defer this to you.
No, it's all you, man.
Okay. Sir, sell to us the most spectacular sartorial Saturday 6 set, sure to set our sixth senses sparkling. I'm a professional, Heyoka. Really? You ain't gonna get my tongue twisted with that?
So I don't know how to answer this question, and I also don't know if it is a question.
He's probably gonna edit that where I'm saying something.
He's asking for a 6 set. I can present the most amazing 6 set. You know what? Just for you, tomorrow I'm posting one, and I'm gonna tag Heyoka in it. It'll be a Heyoka 6 set.
There you go, Heyoka.
Aww.
I love Heyoka. He's always so kind to me. He's the best.
I've raided with him twice. Super good guy. All right, Hazel. We got any more for?
If I've ever.
Oh yeah.
If I've ever raided with Heyoka, and I'm sure I have, but
yeah, he's a daytime Saturday raider because he's UK. I've raided with him twice. I've had 2 Saturday raids.
Nice. Okay. There we go. From Tajo Trade. Question for Smiter. Where did Team Dino Nuggies get their name from, and how did you get involved?
So, this question is great because I have no clue where Fireteam Dino Nuggies got their name. I have zero idea, and I'm technically not involved with them. I'm not a part of Fireteam Dino Nuggies, and
what a cool name, though.
It's an awesome name, and I love it. I love all the people that are in it. My involvement with them is one day when doing a King's Fall. This is a while ago. While doing a King's Fall with Tim, Gelano, Commando, and Copilot was in it. There's a few others. I'm sorry if I'm leaving you out, but for some reason the topic of Dino Nuggies came up, and I feel very passionately about them. The ones with the long necks, the long neck Dino Nuggies are the worst Dino Nuggie. There's more air per bite than any other Dino Nuggie. And so I went on this long tangent about that. And I was at the end of it, I was like, you know what? I'm changing my profile picture to a Dino Nuggie. And I didn't even know there was a fire team in Dino Nuggies at this point. Like I didn't even know they existed until a few months ago. So I really don't have much connection with them other than I play with them and talk to them in open chat.
They have the best gifts when people join up. It's the coolest.
100%. 100%. I would love to be a part of Fire Team Dino Nuggies. Tim, you guys are listening.
That's awesome. All right. Do you want to hit up a speak pipe, Gator?
Yeah, I can. We have one here from Rude Guy, new member. I don't think we've heard from Rude Guy before. Here we go.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Hey guys, Rude Guy here. Been listening to the show for about 6 months. Started having to commute to work for about an hour each way, so 2 hours a day, and picked up the podcast. Absolutely love the show. Anyway, quick question. Would you rather have unlimited bacon, but no games? Or games, unlimited games, but no games? Thanks, bye!
Does he mean unlimited games and no bacon?
Probably.
I think he meant to say that.
I figured that's what he was going to say, but I was still going to make the joke. I was going to be like, games or no games? I don't understand.
Sorry, I stepped on that one.
I'm definitely going with unlimited games and no bacon. I love bacon, but I love video games more. Just plain and simple.
It's an easy answer for me because my doctor says I need to quit eating bacon, so I've already made that change. So that's an easy answer. Yep.
Yeah, give me the bacon.
Wow. Ooh. Bold move.
He's just, that's just the way he is, man. He always does that. Every show.
What? I like fucking bacon.
I know you do. All right.
Hey, fun fact. I just did a Nezzy checkpoint with Priceless, Phi the Saint, Ronin, Scarlet, and MC Squared. Completely, doing this. Just the Nezzy checkpoint took us 11 minutes. I did 3 million damage.
Nezzy checkpoint.
The root boss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Closest. Wow. I did the most.
Wow.
That's more than impressive.
I don't know how you do it, man. I don't know how you can podcast and play games at the same time. You can't do it.
I'm sitting here looking at everything and I'm like doing everything I can to make sure I'm speaking when I'm supposed to be and finding proper words.
Yep.
If I was playing Destiny right now, it would be a struggle.
Yeah.
I was on ads, so it's okay.
Oh, fair.
I also had most kills too, so.
Jeez. All right. What else we got for Smiter in the Discord, Hazel?
All right. We have question from Darth Noodle, owner of the world's loudest keyboard.
Oh my God.
Where does your inspiration for your famous speeches come from?
So the individual speeches themselves, I just try to come up with stuff. I just try to, become motivational. I took a persuasion class in my time in college, and I try to persuade people to try their best, I guess, and just be motivated. As weird as that sounds. As to where my inspiration to start making them came from, honestly, just hockey. Really, you gotta get everyone pumped up and ready to go. A pumped up team is a winning team. So that's where it came from, and I figure, if it works in hockey, I want it to work in video games.
Hey, I don't think we ever asked you, what part of Canada are you from? What province or area?
Southern Ontario. So I'm about an hour north of Toronto.
Okay, nice. Just trying to pick up
that. Very nice.
Nice. Like I would know anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, you're from Canada, that's all I know. All right. Thank you, Darth Noodle. What else we got, Hazel? We got any more for him?
Yep, we do. My connection keeps fluctuating.
Okay.
1 second. There we go. All right. Question from Venomberry, PvE. Question for Smitty. Why do the Blackhawks suck so much?
I was talking to him in open chat while he typed this question. And he actually answered it in the second half, but he edited it, so it would actually make sense. They suck because they just keep losing. That's plain and simple. This season's looking better though, so hopefully we can make some progress towards having a winning team again.
Nice. I've been wanting to get back into hockey, like watching it and stuff.
There's a lot going on. Now's a good time.
Okay. Venomberry has a follow-up here. It is, question for Smiter, breaker of hockey sticks. What's the worst part of living in Canada?
This is, honest to God, the temperature. But for me, it's weird because most Canadians are like, oh yeah, it's cold. But for me, I'm like, I hate how hot it is. It gets so hot. Like, at work, last month, I think it was, maybe the month before, we had a day where it was 40 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but
it's
hot. It's well above. I think that's in the hundreds. 40? Actually, I'll pull up a converter here real quick.
Same.
40 Celsius. Yeah.
Yeah. 104.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was really hot. So I'm going to say the heat. The heat is the worst part of one of the coldest countries on the planet.
Yeah, everybody thinks that about Canada, that it's like always cool and cold and things like this, but
it gets hot.
It does, yeah. Like summers are like the worst time to go.
You guys don't.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You guys have no clue what hot is.
It's okay. You don't know cold. Oh, so you have been to the lighthouse? Okay.
Yeah, I have, yes, but yes, that too.
He was carried there, yes.
I was my first time. Second time solo. Not to brag or anything, but you know.
Nice.
All right. It looks like we got a couple left here. It looks like Belle is on deck next. Question for that one MOBA with the gods and stuff. Why are you so chill, yet so good in comp? And why do you like Gambit so much?
I'm so chill in comp because, there's nothing really on the line. I don't really care that much about my rank. I mean, in trials, I'm pretty relaxed in trials even, unless it's like my flawless match or something. But, I think I didn't realize I was that good, but, apparently Belle seems to think I am, so I appreciate that. I don't know, it's just a matter of looking at the radar and putting the little red dot on the bad guy's head.
That helps.
Simple.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, there's not much else that needs to be said.
That's pretty much it.
like now I know why I suck. Okay. So, Sith Daddy Fresh has a question here. Now, he asked this before, and I don't know if we ever got to it, but I do have some context here. So, question for Smiter, the King of the North. Now, this is supposed to be a cop, I believe. If a vampire was a cop, and they had a warrant to enter a home, could he still enter a home if he weren't invited?
I don't. My knowledge of vampires isn't quite extensive. They're only allowed in if you invite them in, right?
Yes.
So what I would do in that case is I don't want a vampire in my house. So all I would do is open the door more and just kind of like look at him, step out of the way and look at him. Are you gonna walk in? I didn't invite you in. You're telling me you have to come in. What are you gonna do? So that's what I would do. But if could he? Physically, maybe no. Technically, yes. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, that would suck to be a vampire cop that you couldn't go into people's homes for and be like, can you invite me in?
Yeah,
awkward. Right. Let's see here. We got 1, 2, 3 more from. Well, we have more than that, but. Just for the sake of time here. Here we are. Okay. All right. So, I'm going to have to hit all 3 of these questions. So, it's from Rodimus PI. Question for Vex Smiter, or Smitter. How does it feel that you have a Vex and 0-47 no Vex Crow doesn't have it yet?
Well, it feels pretty good. I mean, I do feel bad for Crow, but at the same time, it's comical. It is funny. I'm sorry, Crow. It is funny. Yeah, Crow's not gonna like this, but I never touch the Vex ever.
Oh no!
I never use it. I got it. I have half an hour in Vault of Glass, and I got it. Just, farming Atheon while Crow was there. And, he left.
That's good.
He left pretty quickly. But, yeah, no, it's nice to have it if I ever use it.
No, I got a question. Since this kind of ties into our conversation tonight. Wouldn't it be cool if after so many tries that you had maybe drop insurance after a certain point?
No.
So he should just go to 48, right? Try 48 times?
Yeah, shit. He might as well try 100.
Jesus. See, I'd have been done already. I've been, sorry, not going to happen. It's not in the cards.
You got this, Crow. I believe.
Okay.
God forbid people actually have to play the game.
47 times? Really? Oh my God.
Hey, he's got this.
It took me 25, I think.
You know,
That's double. That's crazy.
I think 50. I think 50 is his lucky number.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Roll the dice, baby.
Yeah. Gator just wants to casualify the game where you can just get whatever you want whenever you want.
No,
He wants to get exotics from picking up like shards of on the planets and stuff.
I watched a video this week about how Destiny was addictive and how they used the gambling models and Bungie used gambling models to put into their game. So
yeah, that was in D1. They stopped a lot of those processes and a lot of that mindset in D2 though.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a big article about it, and Bungie came out and said that they did a whole bunch of stuff in D1 to make the game addictive, and then they were like, this isn't ethical. So they went ahead and stopped it.
Okay.
So, yeah. Yeah, I saw that video too about it being addictive. So
Vex, 48. You got this, Crow.
Yep.
Light it up.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yeah. I think that'd be a good question for Crow. Crow, do you think there should be drop insurance?
There you go.
You're 0-47 currently.
Ask Helios too, because I think it took him 40 times, I think, too.
Bitch, Helios's answer is going to be, I don't want that.
Yeah. He's a hardcore
Helios
player.
is more hardcore than I am.
I don't know. I haven't seen Helios playing much lately. Oh, he's in Australia, so it's maybe different hours.
Yeah. Smiter.
Yep.
Why are we yelling? Any who Wibus at Brittany? Your least favorite mod?
Yeah. This is obviously this is just Erodimus trying to rile up Brittany and get her all pissed. I don't have any favorite or least favorite mods because they all make me laugh and they're all very kind to me. I haven't had any negative experience with anybody in this Discord or any Discord that I'm a part of, for that matter.
Aww.
So there's no favorites and no least favorites.
Again, our mods get paid nothing to spend their time making sure the Discord runs smoothly for everybody.
Yep. I can never thank them enough for what they do.
Yeah, they do such a great job. It's unreal.
Yep.
They're so fast to respond if you have a question. It's amazing.
Yep.
All right. Do you want to hit up a speak pipe? We've got actually, wait a minute. Rodimus PI has one more follow up here. And then we have, I think, two more, from different people.
That's fine.
So, question for Smiter. Do you think Crow is a little salty?
Well, I know he is. I knew he was, as soon as I got the Vex on my first run. I don't think he liked very much that I got Vex with only 9 minutes in the raid. Yeah, it was he was out of there pretty quick after that. But
great.
I'm like I said, I'm holding out faith. He's gonna get it. I swear.
What were you gonna say, Gator, about hitting up a speak pipe?
We'll go out on one. Uncle Scumdeth has one here. We'll go out on his.
Okay. You want me to keep going with questions?
Yep. Let's get him knocked out. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Ooh, Copilot has two good ones here. One of them you already touched on, though.
Yes.
Yeah. Question for a lover of long neck dinos. Can you please rank your favorite to most hated dino nuggy shapes and why?
Okay, this one's an easy one. All right, we're starting with the favorites here. Right off the bat, we got the T-Rex. Are you kidding me? You bite off the head, that's a great mouthful of chicken. It's a 2-bite chicken dino nuggy. What more can you ask for? Then, we're going to Stegosaur. Get off the tail. That's a nice 2 more bites on that. That's a nice girthy dino. Next, Triceratops. Easily, similar to the Stegosaur, a little bit more air per bite. Then we get to the last two, the worst ones. Second worst is the pterodactyl, because the wings and how small it is, it's just no good. Too much air per bite. Then we get to the dreaded, the god-awful long neck one.
Brontosaurus?
It's the Lays of Dino Nuggies. I swear to God, it's more air per bite than any other Dino Nuggie. It is the worst Dino Nugget.
Now, I'm asking for a friend. These Dino Nuggies, are they like chicken nuggets just in the shape of dinosaurs?
Oh, I don't know. I don't eat them.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll tell him next time I see him.
Okay.
But yes, they are.
Okay, thank you. I'll let him know.
Okay. That was great. Brittany has a question here. She goes, question for everyone. Can we have a Dino Nuggies channel?
I'll just refer you to Rodimus on that one.
That's what I was about to say. You'll have to talk to Rodimus about that one.
Yeah. I think Rodimus said we would, but we'd have to delete everything in our Discord. So, yeah.
The whole Discord has to leave for this one channel.
Exactly. It's just one channel. It's just Dino Nuggies and it's just a one channel for everything. Music, movies, just one channel.
By the way, I want to mention one thing here about a future show. December 15th, mark your calendars. We're going to have another live show, and it's going to be another Rodimus Takeover show. Just letting you know.
Oh, boy.
He's put a countdown timer.
I'm looking forward to that.
Well, he's already putting a countdown timer in the Discord.
I did see that.
So
that's right.
I figured I might as well let everybody in on it. So, yeah, December 15th, that week, it'll be another live show with Rodimus taking over. So nice. I may be sick that week. I don't know. We'll see. I think I feel like I'm coming down with something then.
Let's see what I can catch for December 15th.
He is in Florida. All right. I got to ask this question. So, and then, okay. So Darth Noodle has a question. Question for Bedard.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you got it, Bedard.
Bedard Bandwagon. What do you call Canadian bacon in the land of America's hat?
Well, the way Canadians sock, or the way Canada Sock calls it, is Canadian bacon, which is weird because up here in Canada, just what you guys call bacon is what we call bacon. Canadian bacon to you is what we would call pea-meal bacon. Which,
pea-meal?
Yeah, we just call it pea-meal bacon. It's,
okay.
I don't know, that's just what it's always been. I don't know why it's that, but.
Learned a new term tonight. All right. See, you learn from every show. Exactly.
And, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and ask these two questions because they're the only two left.
Go ahead.
So, why not? Question from Copilot. Question for Lord of the Cobra Chickens. These are some of the most original names that I've ever seen, by the way. I just want to...
I love them. I love them all. They make me laugh so much.
Can you please do something about all of these geese coming across the border? We are sick of your annual invasions.
How about the smoke?
Man, the smoke. I mean, I didn't start the fires, but I will apologize. The Cobra chickens are a little dangerous.
Sorry.
The Cobra chickens, they're lethal. They are the most fearsome Canadian animal we have. Canadian geese are the worst. They are terrifying. They're the most territorial animal in Canada. I swear. I don't know this for a fact, but based on my personal experience with them, they suck. And no, we have to deal with them the rest of the year. You guys can deal with them for 3 months.
I disagree.
You guys hold on to them for a little bit. We suffer long enough with those.
The alligators love them.
There you go. You know what? The alligators can have them.
We try to do our part.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, keep your alligators down there, okay? We don't need them up north.
Yeah, I don't need those migrating up here.
Fine. You don't want one swimming in your pool? Never mind.
Last but not least.
There's one swim in my pool, that's impressive.
Do Do you have a pool?
Yeah, a little kiddie pool that's 3 feet long.
I was going to say, like, if you said no, that'd be even really more impressive if, it's swimming in your pool and you don't have one.
Yeah, we got a 1/2 foot by 3 feet kiddie pool for my dog that she hates.
That's great. We have a question from TLT Tim.
You Tilted Tim?
Tilted Tim, yes.
I love that avatar. TLT Tim. Chet, whatever. I love that avatar, by the way, buddy.
Yep.
Oh, it's great.
Question for Sir Swilliam Swallis. I know you can't be in every fire team all the time to provide motivational support. Do you have a hotline we can call to hear a pre-recorded speech that will get us pumped up enough to fight through the encounter?
There you go.
You know what? Maybe I should make one. These speeches are getting more and more requested, so I might have to create a server or something that people can join and just be Ron Raid motivational speech and just have different speeches for different encounters.
You can index them. There you go.
Exactly. Maybe that's something I should hop on.
Oh my God. That's awesome.
But no, nothing yet, but I'll keep you posted.
There's some good ideas are coming in here tonight.
Yep. Whether you wanted them or not. There you go.
Exactly.
All right. And that is all of the questions for Smiter.
And you know what? Since we have question of the month and we have our drawings tonight, let's leave it there, Hazel, because it's me and you next week. So we'll catch up on some of these Destiny questions in our Discord. And so we'll leave those for next week and just to save some time. And
there are some good ones, by the way.
They're very good ones, and we don't throw them away. I know there's some shows out there that grab a few and the rest just go to waste. No. You spend your time sending us a question, it stays in our Discord. So when we get to it, that's another matter, but we do get to them. Let's go out with a Scumdeth question for the show before we head out here. So let's see. Uncle Scumdeth, what's going on, buddy?
Hello, Scumdeth here. Question for the show. When was the last time you was ill? Felt shitty? Mine is today. It's Sunday. 2:30 in the afternoon. I've just managed to get myself out of bed to make a cup of tea. So question for the show. When was the last time you felt ill? I never get ill. Last time I was ill was Christmas Day last year. There was a big party down my brother's and I couldn't even get out of bed. So I don't feel quite that bad, but yeah. So when was the last time you were ill? Anyway, I'm going back to bed. Love you up, bye.
Take care of that, Uncle Scumdeth. Yeah, that did not sound like hell at all.
Oh, yeah, he does sound sick.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Well, Hazel, that's easy for Hazel to answer. What about you, Smiter?
Well, I had a little tickle in my throat last weekend, but last time I was sick was in May. The whole month of May, I was out of service with mono. I couldn't move, couldn't talk, couldn't drink water. I had to go to the hospital twice because of it, and I even had to get an IV. So it was pretty tough, and so that was the last time I was sick, and it was really bad.
Yeah, well, we know Hazel is currently sick. So that answers that question. For me, I think the last time I was sick was briefly in February of 2023. I don't have a lot going on in my house, so I don't have a lot of traffic. I go everywhere though. It's not like I'm a recluse, but I take a crap ton of vitamin C. I take it in the morning and at night, and it helps me sleep better. And definitely helps with hangovers and that stuff. So maybe that's helping. I don't know. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's just a placebo. I don't know, but, my wife even had COVID at one point and I never got it. She lived in the same house as me. So, hold on. I'm knocking on wood. Not paranoid at all.
Oh, that she lives in the same house as you?
I mean,
That's what I thought he was going for a second.
She didn't change anything. I think she slept on the sofa, but even during the day, we did everything together like we normally do. So Never got it.
She moved out, is what he's saying indirectly.
Yeah, I kicked her ass out. I said, you can come back when you don't have COVID anymore. No.
I kicked her ass out. Oh my god.
No, the only thing I did different is, she insisted on sleeping on the couch because at night, we sleep pretty close together. So yeah, that, I don't know. Maybe she saved me. Maybe she didn't. I don't know, but, it is what it is. All right. Thank you, Uncle Scumdeth. Thank you, everyone, for sending those questions in, especially for Mr. Smiter here. That was an awesome turnout. I only posted those questions a day ago, by the way, that request for questions. So that's our Discord, man. They're on fire all the time. So thank you, guys. But we have a lot to do here coming up next. So hang in there.
Hey guys, my name is Hawkslayer, and you're listening to Guardian Downcast.
All right. Before we talk to Mr. Fudd, we want to go through our question of the month. And you may say, well, wait a minute, question of the month. What the heck are you talking about? We have a question of the month, and Mr. Moose offered our question of the month for this month. And tonight we're going to read out the final speak pipes that we haven't played yet and have our drawing. Be done with it. So the question of the month from Moose was, what is your Destiny hot take? And he said, mine is having some better weapons and raid weapons being craftable is hurting the game's overall health as the game becomes less about chasing a good roll and instead becomes let me grind out 5 red borders and then make a perfect gun with better than average perks. So that was his answer to it. So we have a few more speak pipes here and then we'll make our drawing. The first one is from Mr. Average Destiny 2 player. We'll see what his hot take is.
Hello, Average Destiny 2 player here with my answer to the question of the month. And the question of the month is, what is your Destiny 2 hot take? Now, my Destiny 2 hot take is a very hot one, and I might get some flack for this, especially from Gator, but I think Hazel might be in agreement with me. And that is that Destiny 2 would easily survive and probably even thrive more if PvP was removed from the game. Now, I can already hear people screaming at their radios and podcast apps saying, what do you want about? PvP's fine, you just need to get good, skill issue, etc., and all the things that the PvP players say to average people like me who suck at PvP. I'm quite happy to admit I suck at PvP. But I do sometimes enjoy it, but I still think that they can't get PvP right. I don't know, skill-based matchmaking for me is still the way to go because I feel like people with a better skill level should face the same people with the skill level that they have. Because, it's not fair that all those massive trials, tryhards absolutely stomp all us little average players in the Crucible, just to get their KD ratio up, because that's how I feel about it, to be honest with you. I feel that the only reason people wouldn't want skill-based matchmaking is because they don't actually want to face the people who are just as good as them. Anyway, no doubt, again, there's people screaming at this saying, yeah, you know nothing. You're probably right. I probably do know nothing. But that is my Destiny 2 hot take. I honestly believe that if PvP was to be removed from Destiny 2, no one would miss it. And actually, probably more people would come back. So there we go. That is my answer to question of the month. I'm not going to be popular after this one, but, just saying it like it is and telling it like how I feel. So yeah, there we go. Anyway, I'm rabbiting on, and I think it's probably best I end here. Love you guys. Love the show. Peace.
Well, Average D2 player, that's why they call it a hot take.
I think we'll find out soon enough if Gator's right. Then Gator. Sorry, I'm gonna restart from the beginning on that sentence because that was all over the place. According to Gator, it won't be long till we find out if he's right.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to be right. I'll already concede. It's not going to be right. Hazel's right. Shit, I'll have to edit that. Fuck. See if I say fuck, it'll make me edit it. Okay, there we go. All right, we got one here from Mr. Monkey. Ooh, I can't wait to hear this.
Hey guys, Mr. Monkey here, recording my question of the month answer for September. What's my Destiny hot take? I've got two actually. The first one is, I think, something that a lot of people would agree with, hopefully, that Bungie should never have made Destiny free to play. I think it's not really added very much, but caused a lot of confusion amongst people of what they've got, what they haven't got, what the pricing structure is, what's available, what's not available. They should have just kept it as it was. And then they wouldn't have really needed a new light onboarding process, because they could have just kept the Red War campaign there and used that as the onboarding process. It's the first campaign we all played, so why not just keep it there? The second hot take is, really don't like the fact that they keep on adding new destinations with every expansion. Most of them I've got no desire or inclination to go back to. I really don't see why, for example, instead of Neomuna, we couldn't, Savathun could not have just hidden the veil in part of the archaeology that we've not yet discovered, and perhaps expand the existing locations we had, which were pretty cool, rather than add new ones that there's no reason to go back to. Anyway, that's it. Love you both. Love the show. Look forward to smashing Crow-Tring with you soon, Gator. Take care. Bye.
And we did just that. Thank you, Mr. Monkey. Any fast comment here on that?
On the free-to-play stuff, I somewhat agree. The new destinations, though, I disagree. I like the new destinations.
Okay. All right, we'll keep going. Oh, we know this is.
Kids, this is Miner answering the question of the month. And my hot take for Destiny 2 is LFG groups are not as bad as most people give them credit for on the Destiny 2 app. Especially not in the Owl Sector Alliance. Like, that's not toxic at all. But if you're on the app, there's a lot of non-toxic LFG groups. They're just looking to get help. Even the ones in the raids, most of the, I have a lot of crafted weapons that I have from the raids. Almost all of them are from LFG groups. Most of the time, the raid groups are just looking, if you look at the rotation for the week of the raids, most of them are just looking for that extra body to do DPS because they want to finish it as fast as possible. And a lot of them are, say, farming, know what to do. With as many as I've been in, you don't really have to know what to do. Most of the people that, if they don't want you in there, they'll kick you and then you move on to the next one. It's really that simple. You run into that one toxic group that's in there, or like I've come across specific toxic players. I had one guy who was talking shit before I even landed in the raid, and I just told the rest of the group, like, man, you guys have this asshole in here that won't shut up. Like, good luck getting done what you want to get done. I'll go to another group that's not as mouthy as this guy. And I just left, and whatever they said about me after I left is not my concern. So give the LFG groups a chance, honestly. I know people's anxiety can be high, and I mean, mine is too, a lot. Sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and jump in there if you want to get some of this really cool loot that they have. And if you do, good luck. Later, guys.
Good answer, Miner.
I 100% agree with everything he said.
I've been in those mouthy groups, and I should have left, and I didn't, and I paid for it. So
I liked everything he said. Most of my raid clears come from LFG, so I like it.
I like his attitude. It's like, hey, mouthy, toxic, I'm out. See ya. I guess there's no, versus setting up a raid and being in that situation, it'd be a little harder to get out because there's people there you probably know and don't want to disappoint, right? Good point, Miner.
No, you just boot somebody if they don't, if they're being an asshole. I mean,
that's my thought process. If someone's being a prick, get them gone.
True. Okay. Good answer. All right, we have one here from Frostbite. And by the way, I let him add this one late. I know I closed the gate on these speak pipes, but he asked if he could put one in after we recorded the show. So you're going to hear that in this. So just know that I gave him permission to do it.
Hello, this is Frostbite after our recording of the show, actually, because I was told to do this now while I have the chance. So this is for the question of the month for September, which is our Destiny hot takes. And mine actually is pretty simple. If you're going to do a day one raid, best be prepared when someone says, hey, we're going to do, Gjallarhorn and rockets, that you're able to like pull out a Gjallarhorn or, a rocket that does damage and not be at, say like 1700 light, I don't know. Maybe this is just me venting about my really crappy day one experiences with, blueberries. But, that's my hot take. Just, if you're going to do a day one raid, at least be prepared to do it. So that way I don't have to complain as much. But yeah. Have a good rest of your show. Enjoy.
Oof, that's a hot one.
That is a hot one.
No, it's not a hot one.
Okay.
Well, it's hot to me in ways that might differ from others. For me, it's a hot take because, you're brave if you're doing a day one raid with blueberries.
Well, that's true too. Yeah.
That's what stuck out to me about that. Everything else made perfect sense.
It's kind of the antithesis of miners, Shoot.
Yeah.
Well, it's basically like, a day one raid is different than anything else in Destiny.
Yeah, it is.
If you're going to do a day one raid, unlike Gator's day one raids, most day one raiders are looking to get it done. Mm-hmm. They're not just looking to go in and, shoot the shit and have fun and this kind of thing. It's a serious thing for a majority of people.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's be prepared. That's what a day one raid is.
Yeah. And, I get it. I get it completely. Nico, a.k.a. Jersey, has an answer, has a hot take for us. What's up, Nico?
All right, guys. This is Nico here. I just killed things, Nico, or Nico, a.k.a. Jersey. This is my hot take for the question of the month. Now, there's been a lot of speculation of the final shape of what's going to happen, and this is completely out of left field that I have thought about, and seeing that the first episode is Echoes, it kind of goes along with this a little bit. My hot take is the destruction of the Traveler. Now, I know that seems very wild and not possible. However, if it's the end of the light and dark, the main source of that has always been the Traveler. So if we're destroying the Traveler, leading into the episodes, it would be the echoes of the destruction of the Traveler. Now, maybe it's a little too wild, maybe it's too tinfoiled, but it's a hot take, and it's something I would like to see because, well, sometimes the world just needs to burn. All right, guys. Thank you. I'm out.
Thanks, Nico. Interesting take.
Yeah.
I liked it. I don't really have anything to add, but other than saying that I liked it.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that God knows I've had more spin-foily crap than that. So, yeah, that could be possible. Who knows? All right. We saved the best for last. Here it is. Mr. Kingsley Mac.
Well, you asked for it. My hot take in Destiny. Believe it or not, my hot take is people who play Crucible should not worry about PC players versus console players.
Uh-oh.
I have seen some more 100 bot postings coming up lately and wonder why in today's world it is even a concern. And then my super hot take is the people that complain the most about playing against PC players will always find something to complain about Crucible. But that's just the easiest thing to pin it on for now. If you think it through the logic, there are many places that potentially there could be technical differences. Console players, when they went from PS4 to PS5, had big differences in FPS. They went from 30 to 120 and field of view where you can see more of the field. Yet I don't hear PS4 players complaining about playing against PS5 players.
I did.
Or let's take just the PC lobbies. There are even bigger differences. You could have a kid that doesn't have a lot of money and playing on a super cheap rig with 30 FPS and a controller. Or you could have streamers that play on super high setups with 500 FPS and a micro-adjusted mouse.
That's true.
But PC players don't complain about playing against other PC players. Basically, all these other setups do is allow for a slightly higher skill ceiling that the person has to practice and get to anyways. And guess what? Anyone can do that if they really wanted to, instead of complaining about it, and find ways to counteract it or move to that higher type of input device if you really want to learn it. We just need to get to a point where everyone gets mixed together and we don't worry about it. After all, there's skill-based matchmaking and connection-based, and we will have a better player population if we can just be all together. And yes, I'm even saying that as a player that doesn't really play Crucible at all. But when I do, I still feel the same way. Put me in with everyone so I can learn.
All right. Thanks, Kingsley Mac.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel that was directed to me.
It was well said.
Because I complain about it a lot. I don't think mouse and keyboard should play against controllers. I don't think so.
I don't think it makes a difference, really.
It does. If you have a mouse and keyboard and you can turn on a dime and you've perfected that move, and I have 2 sticks in the mud, you're going to win every time. If you have a shot.
I think, okay, by that rationale, if you have 2 sticks that are moving a lot better than someone on a mouse and keyboard, you're going to win every time. You know? How comfortable are you with your controls?
I think that at distance, because we have some aim assist that helps us out, I think at distance that we can compete equally, but if you get rushed with a mouse and keyboard player, I've seen some moves that just blow my mind, dude. That there's no way you can replicate with a controller. I'll die on that hill. I will die on that hill.
But I can't join you on that hill, Gator. You know, there are ways you can replicate that. You can customize your controller layout.
Yeah.
Or up your sensitivity.
They tried to up the sensitivity to 20, right? They went up beyond 10. But no, I'm telling you, it's still moving 2 sticks versus just moving your arm. Big difference. 2 different mechanics.
Yes. But I think every day of the week, a good controller player is going to beat an okay keyboard and mouse player.
Maybe. That's possible. But I will reason to say that there's much more room for improvement on mouse and keyboard, and you hit a certain wall with a controller. There's a certain skill ceiling that you can rise above that a controller player will never be able to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how many people reach that, though?
They're not many.
Yeah.
Not many.
Exactly.
So then what's your argument?
I'm just saying it's 2 different mechanics, and I mean, Call of Duty does it. Call of Duty does it. They don't put mouse and keyboard in with controller players.
They do.
In fact, if you have a controller on PC, you will be put in with console players.
100% they do. They mix them no matter what.
You have the option to not, though.
It's Call of Duty is all skill-based matchmaking. It's entirely skill-based matchmaking. You will, if a PC player is considered to be close to your skill level, you will go up against a PC player while you're on controller.
They must have changed that because they used to have the option where you can only play consoles or controllers.
That was in 2019 when they first introduced it, and then they took it out in that same game.
Well, there's a reason why it has an option in Destiny as well. You have an option
in Destiny.
Yeah, there's an option where you can opt out of playing on PC. Even if you have, yeah, it's in the settings.
Really?
I think so.
What do you, wait, say that again.
There is an option where you can opt out of playing against PC players.
Okay, but what I don't understand is if I'm using a controller on PC and I choose to opt out, am I going to go up against console players?
That's the difference. If you're playing a controller on PC, you're in the PC.
That was my genuine question. That one was a genuine question.
But if you're on console, you can opt out and say no. I only want to play console players.
That makes sense. If you solo queue, you don't even have to worry about that.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, that's my opinion. Just from lots of games and experience playing in PC lobbies with a controller, which I did from day one, even on the beta. And I've learned how to
done both. I've done both. You know, I've played PvP on keyboard and mouse, and I've played PvP on controller. And I gotta say, there are games that are first-person shooters with abilities that I play strictly on keyboard and mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Destiny is not one of them. Destiny, I stick with controller, just simply because I find, the gunplay is definitely better on keyboard and mouse. That I will 100% give. There's little to no recoil when you're on keyboard and mouse compared to when you're on controller, but just the abilities and just the weapon swapping is so flawless and so precise on controller.
Yeah, I can see that because the buttons are a lot closer together versus a keyboard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I find there's a lot less room for error on a controller than there is on keyboard and mouse.
That's true too. Yeah, it depends on your mouse setup. Like I said, like Kingsley said, there's a lot of variations depending on equipment and stuff.
I find it's all based on how comfortable you are with your own controls.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even use a modded controller. I use a stock controller. Never have used a modded one. But I can guarantee you two things. One, this has probably been a major argument in every Reddit about this subject. It's probably gone 100%. Deep. And the second thing is Kingsley's laughing his ass off right now because he got me all filled up on this. Thank you,
Kingsley.
Probably. Thank you.
But
Kingsley.
see, I mean, I think he's right. I mean, I'm kind of like sold on this idea now. I mean,
I agree.
There's like thoughts that are like, that we just hear, like we just hear from Gator's point of view that says, hey, this is an issue and things like this. And I just believe it. And then I hear this and it's like, well, you know what? That's a good point. It's how many people hit that skill ceiling?
True. It's true. You know what? That's why we have a show feedback question or a show feedback channel in our Discord is for you to tell us what you think. So let us know what you think. That is definitely a hot take. So, and that gets everyone hot and bothered too. All right.
I get the hottest fun of the night.
I don't think that means what you think it means.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We have 9 entries on our speak pipes and we have 9 entries in our Discord channel for question of the month. So it is drawing time. Hold on one sec. I'm going to jumble things up here. Okay. Everything listed in a random order. And Smiter, you're going to be the one to draw. I need a number from 1 to 18.
I got to go with my hockey number, 14.
Novex Crow. Hey, he did win something.
Hey.
There you go, Novex Crow. You won a $25 gift card to Amazon.
I told you I got your back, Crow.
There you go, Crow. That's how you win it right there. Now that means you got to go get that Vex. Go get that Vex, man. All right. We're going to have one more drawing, and that is going to be from our speak pipes only. And we have 9 of those. And since nobody in the speak pipe won, that means it's all open. So give me a number between 1 and 9. Smiter.
I gotta go with my backup hockey number 9.
Tajo. Congrats, buddy. Hey. Tajo won some podcast merch. Congrats, guys. All right. I got to write these down. Otherwise I will forget. All right. Thank you everyone for your entries. And man, thank you, Moose. That was a great question of the month, man. That got a lot of interest. So, we're going to have to think of a really good question of the month. So that means Mr. Fudd, take us out, sir.
Listen to the Guardian Downcast. Oh, it's a playlist. Yes. Ooh. And I've heard they've won awards for it and such.
Thank you, Mr. Fudd. Loving that new song, brother. This is the final segment of our show. This is where we pick our song for our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist, a little sample of what the two of us and our guest Smiter here like to listen to, and we invite you to listen to it as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast show playlist. It's on Spotify, and we also have the same playlist on Apple Music. So check those out. We'll have the links, of course, in our Discord and in our show description down below. We have 1,130 songs representing all of us and all of our past guests. It's basically a time capsule of all the songs we picked ever since our 4th episode, I think, when we started doing this. 2nd, 3rd? I don't remember. Anyway, we have never changed it. So I'll start with you, Smiter, as per usual. What did you pick tonight?
I decided to go with a song that is more than double my age. I went with Even Though We Ain't Got Money by Danny Jones. It's one that I've been listening to on repeat recently, and I just love it.
That's a Loggins and Messina remake. I like it. I listened to it. It's really good. He's a good artist.
Really good.
Good deal. I used to listen to that song when I was a kid. Good pick, man. Just something in your collection you like, huh?
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah, just been listening to it on repeat.
Good deal, man. All right, Hazel, that comes to you, man. What do you pick for this week?
All right. So, I've been going back and forth. That's the reason why I don't have one in here. So it was either going to be something Hades and Parlous would enjoy, aka something from good old Tay-Tay, or a song that my wife has been playing constantly. So I decided to go with the song from my wife. And it's Vegas from the original motion picture soundtrack, Elvis, by Doja Cat.
Oh, cool. That's a great movie.
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen Elvis?
I'll have to watch it. I haven't.
It's Baz Luhrmann, man. Ooh.
I also haven't seen Oppenheimer. I really want to watch that.
Yeah.
That's good. That was good. By the way, I saw The Creator this week.
Yeah.
Okay. I would call it a cross between District 9 and iRobot. Very good movie. I give it about 4 stars. It was good. A little more than B. It's worth seeing.
Nice. Yeah, I know that movie's making a lot of noise because they made it. What?
Well, it's because it's a theme on AI, right?
No, that's not why it's making noise. It's making noise because they made it for $80 million.
Yes.
And that was it.
I saw the, it's funny. I saw the documentary on that, how they made it. And they had 80 different places they filmed. Instead of doing all this CGI in the studios, which that's what costs a lot of money. You ever see how many AGI, God damn it, CGI engineers there are at the credits? It's crazy long, man. How many people are involved in that stuff? You got to pay those people. So there you go. I thought I was done well. Lighting, everything was fantastic in it. So.
Yeah. Oh, hey, quick question.
Yeah.
You saw the Haunted Mansion, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. My wife and we're watching it with our daughter.
It's on Disney right now. Disney Plus.
It is. Yeah, that's why we're watching it. So my daughter is 8 years old and she's jumped a couple times. And my wife is completely horrified that we're watching this, and she's like, she's gonna have nightmares. She's gonna end up sleeping with us for the next month.
Yeah. See, they used to have those jump scare stuff at the Haunted Mansion at actual Disney World. And I've actually talking to friends of mine who work there, and they said that they've actually made them where they don't jump out anymore. They just kind of rise up slowly. So I guess they still do the jump scares in the movie. So, I mean, I kind of get that, but man,
is the movie good though?
It's just nostalgia. I mean, it's good. I mean, just consider what it is. If it's not a really deep movie. It's not a deep movie. I would put it on the same level as like a Ghostbusters. Yeah. Kind of wacky and zany, and don't take it too seriously, and you'll probably have a good time watching it. Yeah. I didn't think it was too crazy though. I mean, my kids are all grown up, so don't ask me. I can't remember what a 6-year-old.
Forget I even asked.
Exactly. Yeah. So, my song pick of the week is, it's an alt rock band. They formed in 1990 in LA, and they've been touring a ton. One of the members actually died of a drug overdose on their tour bus. But this band's been through it all, man, through all the ups and downs. And, the song is considered a classic must play on my list, and it's from their 92 self-titled album. It's the song No Rain from the band Blind Melon. What surprises me most about this band is they only have 3 studio albums over this whole span of time. But it's a really, I think it's a really unique group. So that is what I picked for this week. Check it out. All right. I want a few announcements here, Hazel, before we go. Wanted to mention that our friend of the show, Mr. Elmer Fudd Games, he has another Destiny 2 Raid Marathon coming up. It's the 3rd one. It's going to be on October 21st of this year. The time is 8 to 11 p.m. Eastern time. It's 3 hours, 3 raids, best time wins. And it's just bragging rights. It's just for fun. We've participated in it every time. It's just a lot of fun. It's a good community builder too. A lot of community people get together. So if you want to get into this, start putting your teams together and send either ourselves or Mr. Elmer Fudd Games a DM, or just let us know in the show feedback and we'll get you connected to him. It's going to be the Last Wish raid, Crota's End, and the Deepstone Crypt raid. And I believe if the rules haven't changed, you can do them in any order you like. And our space lawyer buddy, Laz, will be there co-hosting it as well. Can't wait to see that. Hazel, any announcements on your end?
No. Not at the moment.
Yeah, it's been a slow week. I want to give a shout out to our patrons out there. I want to give a shout out to our Dungeon Champion patrons. That would be Technical, Toll the Bell, Raffy, Mullet, Nitro TJ, Darth Noodle, Nico, aka Jersey, Smiter, thank you, sir, Valorfall, Trash Panda, Coderson, and Wicked Trinity. And our OG Raid Boss patrons from day one, that would be Jealous and Frostbite. Our other Raid Boss patron would be TLT Tim. Damn it, I did it again. Sorry, Tim. Lucky Shifts, Average Destiny 2 player, Amazing Taco King, and Sith Daddy Fresh. Thank you all for giving back to our community and show. Everyone that hangs out in the Discord Patron Lounge, you know who you are out there. We have a great time just chit-chatting and talking about whatever comes to mind. We thank you for supporting the show. Because of that, we're commercial free. We don't have to do any sponsorships or any host red ads. That would kind of be fun to do a host red ad, but no, we don't do that. We're not selling Raid Shadow Legends. So they contribute to everything. Our gift card giveaways, all of our drawings, all that stuff, our merch, everything. Thank those guys. So if you think you received any value from our podcast today and you want to get back to our show and community, check out patreon.com/support Guardian Downcast. The link is down in our show description down there. And there's also a Patreon button on our website, guardiandowncast.com. Remember to leave your Discord name or your gamer tag so we can give you credit or a shout out on the show. Thanks very much. That's it, guys. Another episode in our collection. For our listeners out there, we have 219, damn, Hazel, 219 other episodes with interviews from gamers all over our community. So if you're just finding out about us, go check out those back episodes. You can search for them on our website, by the way, by guest or by show number, whatever. But if you like what you hear, the most important thing is to tell a friend about us. Well, Smiter, thanks, man, for coming on the show tonight.
Yeah,
great conversation. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, this has been fun.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect tonight. It turned out to be a great show, man.
Yeah, I had a blast.
I'm glad.
Well, where can people find out about you, sir, out on the interwebs? Do you do any streaming or Twitter or anything like that stuff?
Not so much. The most important place you can find me is by adding Smiter in the GDC Discord.
There you go. He's in there all the time, folks. You hop into those open voice channels a lot. I see you in there, man.
Every chance I get.
Sweet. Well, thanks again, man, for coming on tonight. I had a good time.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Hazel, where can they find you out there on the interweb, sir?
Quick and easy. Hazel NT in all the places. Except for Twitch, where I'll eventually be streaming again, despite what Scarlett says, at the Hazel NT.
Yep. Get out there and give him a follow on Twitch, everybody.
Would you fucking...
The higher the number, the more he's going to be pressured into putting some damn streams out there, which I want to watch too. I want to be in his stream watching it. So do it, guys.
You just want to give me a bunch of shit.
No, I don't. Not at all. Not at all. Sorry. I stumbled on my sweat there. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter or X at Todd the Gator. Remember, that's 2 D's, GATR. You can find me on Steam, PS5. Oh yeah, I have a YouTube channel spelled the same way where I create videos to help new players and the new player experiences out there. Opinion, live streams, all that good stuff. Yeah. And if our show that you're listening to right now posts to that very same channel, I have another podcast called the Destiny Help Desk that does the same thing as my YouTube channel, helps new players and returning players learn all these different things in the game. And I've changed my format a bit. I actually have some interviews in there now. I have some more lined up and coming. So stay tuned on different subjects in the game Destiny. I think that's it, guys. I can't think of anything else to cover here. I think I've rambled on long enough. Uncle Scumdeth has a Scumdeth Corner this week, so I will turn it over to him. Uncle Scumdeth, what is going on in the UK today, brother?
Hello, welcome to Scumdeth's Corner. last Christmas, my brother bought me a jigsaw puzzle, a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle of the Death Star. When you finish the puzzle, it's 70 centimeters in diameter. So it's a big old boy. And I got so far at doing the puzzle, and then I went to work. And then for some reason, my dog jumped up on the table that I was doing the puzzle on and scattered it everywhere. Oof. So I just grabbed all the pieces. I found all the pieces, put it all back in its box, and put it under the bed and forgot about it. And now my girlfriend's daughter and her girlfriend are living here. They quite like jigsaw puzzles. So I said, I'll tell you what, here you go. Here's a Death Star puzzle. Do that. And they've completed it. And it's amazing. So nice. I want to put it in a frame. So I'm going to put it in a frame. It's huge. This is 70 centimeter Death Star. So I've bought a frame. Cost me 20 quid, which is an 80 centimeter frame. But the thing is, usually when you buy a frame, it comes with a white background or a black background or something. No, this came with a cardboard coloured background. So I've had to go to the hobby craft shop today and buy some black card to put behind it. But the thing is, it's so big and heavy, I've had to buy some, what's it called? Protector puzzle. So it's like a glue. It's probably just PVA glue that you have when you're a kid. I paid 8 quid for this. I bet if I bought PVA glue, see-through PVA glue, it would probably be about £1. But I just bought the right thing for the right job. So I have covered it now in this glue. If anyone wants to see this process, I am actually doing it on my TikTok channel. So this is not a self-promotion. My TikTok channel is population_pods. Don't ask me why. If you want to know why, then ask me. But yeah, so I've got the frame, I've got the background, I've glued it today. It's going to take 24 hours to settle, and all I can say is I've got 10 seconds left. All I can say is, tell you what, if you want to know what I'm on about, go to my TikTok channel, population_pods, and check it out. Love you, Death Star, you.
Thanks, Uncle Scumdeth. Population Pods. Check it out, guys, on TikTok. That's awesome, man. Hey, he's getting some benefits from his girlfriend's kids being there, right? Hey, remember everyone, as you're playing Lightfall, Season of the Witch, remember to take breaks and get outside and hey, touch some grass. I'm going to say right, Commando. There we go. Hey, everyone, remember we only get one playthrough in this life, so make it count. And more importantly, be good to your fellow Guardians in the Destinyverse.
Defeat is not surrender, Guardian.
Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Get out.
Smiter, do I say something?
Yeah, man.
Sure.
Perfect. I want that to be used.
There you go. That's a show.
That's awesome.
Great ending, man. That was good. Yeah, I always like when it rambles a little bit afterwards. A little extra spice. Yeah, thanks, man. Hey, you did really good. Was that your first podcast?
First podcast ever, yeah.
You did good, man. You did good. You're a natural, dude.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah, that's going to be great. That's going to be fun to edit. Sorry, my throat's cracking. That's going to be fun to edit.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
Good deal, man. Nice. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun show to listen to. Thanks again, man, for coming out.
Of course, thank you so much for having me.
All right, now get to sleep.
Yeah, no, I'm going to bed now. First, I'm going to say hi to Hayoka because he just seems to have woken up. So.
Absolutely. Right on cue.
Yeah, you'll get that.
You will.
All right. Thanks for having me, guys.
See you, Smiter.
Yeah, thank you so much.
See ya.
Thanks again, Hazel. Bye. Hazel, any announcements on your end, man? For this month? For this week, I should say?
He ain't here.
Not here?
No, he just randomly left.
Okay. Well, now you get to see how shows are made. There's a lot of stuff behind the curtain. A lot of stuff behind the curtain that most people never hear or see. $10 says there was a spider.
He just smacked it.
Bitch, no.
There was a show one time I was like, where did Hazel go? And he said, there was a spider.
Octopuses are smart, spiders are dumb.